Welcome to the Roadrunner 89 Investment Network, where we talk about interracial love and marriage. Hope you enjoy Swirl to Investment. All right, how is everybody doing tonight? I want to welcome everybody to late Saturday night live stream and see people coming in. Panelists, buy the book, April, May, free at last. Fancy Nancy. All right, welcome everybody. Tonight, a topic I want to talk about. Okay, and this can be subjective. Okay, and if you looked at the title, I put in there, who loves black women more? Black men or white men when it comes to relationships? And that's what I want to dig into a little bit. And I'd like to have a discussion about it and get people's opinion on this. Okay? When it comes to a good, loving relationship, race don't have nothing to do with it. It's the character. It's what's in the man's heart and the woman's too. That makes a successful relationship, successful marriage. Okay. I'm going to say that. Okay. It's about character. Um, but, when you look at stats in the collective of different groups, you find out some things, you find out some trends and stuff. You find out some groups are more successful than others. Okay. And I'm going to dig into that and tell you what I think. Now, am I 100% right? No, none of us are. But I want to talk about this and tell you why I believe one group is doing better than the other when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriage. Okay, and you can research and look up stats. I've looked in Pew Research and other studies, and I found out that black women and white men marriages last the longest, most successful. Okay, but I'm not going to just harp on that right now. I got some TikToks I want to show you guys, and they're pretty funny. Um, and there's a black guy on here, and he's telling the type of white men that date black women, and I thought it was funny. And then there's an interracial couple, and well, that's hilarious. But um, I want to show you these TikTok videos, and then I'm going to dig into it. I'm going to tell you what I think. Okay, and probably most of you know what I think. I mean, but I'm going to talk about it. Okay, and I'm not here to tear nobody down or say one is better than the other. Okay, and no one person is better than the other. Some people have success more than others because they make better choices. Okay, they're more strategic. They plan things out where others not so much. Okay, but anyway, and this first video I'm going to show you guys, and this is a black man. He's on TikTok, and he talks about the kind of white men that date black women. And it's kind of funny because everybody's got their category of different types of white men, black women, by their personality, maybe status, in their community or economic level or character, or not so much. Everybody's got their little thing. We break it down. And I talk about black women. I talk about the professional black woman, the traditional black woman, and you know, different categories, right? And I've heard people make videos talking about white men, you know, the kind that want to, I guess, appropriate black culture, that type, or the blue collar white guy that just out working hard doing his thing, or like the upper class white guy, the executive guy that's, you know, a CEO of a corporation or high up, a businessman. We have these things we break down people and what they do and their status in life. And, but anyway, I'm going to show this to you. It's funny. And you can tell me what you think. Hey, DK, good to see you. Pro Leadership, good to see you too, young lady. Diamond Lace, good to see you. But let me show this real quick and tell me what you think.
I did the black man, I did the white woman, I did the black woman.
Okay, let me stop here. Ladies, would you take advice from this man here? If he was giving you advice on dating white men, you think he knows what he's talking about? Would you take his advice? I don't know. What do you think? Let's see what he has to say.
Now it's time to talk about white men who only date black women. Let's get it, let's go. First on the list, we got Vanilla Fella. He grew up in the hood. He grew up around mostly black people, so he don't.
Vanilla Fella. That's a Vanilla Fella, ladies. You interested in dating the Vanilla Fella? It looks like he's got a grill in there, or I don't know, some gold teeth. Yeah, that's the Vanilla Fella. He grew up in black culture, I guess. Vanilla Fella. All right, that's okay. That's one of the white guys that would be interested in dating you, ladies.
Don't fit in too much with white people, and black women is all he know. Two on the list, we got Cool Chad. He grew up around a diverse crowd, but for some reason he fits in with black people the best. Laid back personality, black women love him. He love black women.
Okay, what do you think about Cool Chad? Diverse white guy, but prefers black women. Okay. Cool Chad might be a possibility, huh? Okay. We can't even see what Cool Chad looks like. We can see he's got a receding hairline a little bit, blue eyes. Okay. All right.
Number three on the list, we got Rough Robbie. He grew up really hard. He didn't grow up in the hood, but he grew up hard. And he's a tough guy. He loves challenges. That's how he like black women. He don't care about the attitude. He's up for that. He don't like.
Okay, Rough Robbie. He don't care about attitude. Is he kind of stereotyping black women like they got an attitude, and a Rough Robbie don't mind that? He's a tough guy. Do you have to be a tough guy to date black women? I think you have to be a guy that stands his ground, stands up for himself and the woman he's with. Um, but anyway, let's go to the next one.
Nothing soft and easy. Fourth on the list, we got Social Justice Steve. You'll see him in a Black Lives Matter event or protest. He'll even get hurt to protest the lives of people he believes are oppressed. Fifth on the list.
All right, let's go back. What was the last guy?
He'll even get hurt to Steve. You'll see him don't like nothing soft and easy. Fourth on the list, we got Social Justice Steve. You'll see him in a Black Lives Matter event or protest. He'll even get hurt to protest the lives of people he believes are oppressed.
Okay, so Social Justice Steve. Okay, that was the last guy. Social Justice Steve. Okay, ladies, would you like to date Social Justice Steve? He'll go out there and protest for you, and he's a social justice warrior all the way. I guess he believes in social justice things. That's Social Justice Steve. Okay, and there are some black women that want a social justice Steve. Okay, and uh, to each his own, right? Sometimes social justice Steve, I think, gets in trouble because he don't understand what's going on, but he believes in what he's doing. All right, let's go to the next one.
protest the lives of people he believes are oppressed. Fifth on the list, we have Bucket List Ben. He's an old single man with a lot of money, and he wants to date black women before he go.
Okay.
With a lot of money, and he wants to date black women before he go.
Bucket List Ben. Okay. Bucket List Ben. Okay. He tells us this is a white guy that wants to date a black woman. It's on his bucket list. I would say stay away from that guy altogether. Okay. He looks kind of old and creepy. You don't have to, a bucket list bin. I think he could even be a good-looking guy, right? But he's just after that experience. Okay, you don't want that bucket list bin. No. Where's this guy come up with this stuff? But you know what? I've seen these type of white guys out there, right? But anyway, that's how he breaks it down. The kind of white men that want to date black women. I think you should go with the cool Chad, I guess. The guy that's laid back, easygoing, just loves black women. I think that would probably be the best choice. But ladies, according to his list, let me know which one you like the best. Anyway, let's take this off the screen real quick. Okay. There are different types of white men, okay? That's kind of funny how he broke it down, but he's not too far apart from the truth. There are men with these types of personality, like the first guy. He's he's got the grill in his mouth. He's trying to appropriate black culture. He's trying to live the black experience. Vanilla fella. Okay, you've seen a lot of those, right, ladies? He thinks he's going to impress you by saying some slang words and, maybe sagging his pants, living up to the stereotype. And then I even forgot the ones. I don't even care. But it's just funny. I thought I'd show this to you. But this is for the men, okay? And I want to tell you guys, look, black women are amazing. Black women are beautiful. You find one that loves you, you'll be blessed. Black women are totally awesome. But you got to vet, okay? And you got to make sure, okay, that it's safe to date her. Because we see things different. We come from different cultures, right? Black and white people. So you got to be a little cautious, okay? And this can happen, okay? So just beware, guys. All right? Let me add this one. Okay. She's drinking. She's kind of stressed, okay? All right? But, hey, if there's any people that, might get dramatized, I'm giving you warning now, okay? So just beware. Here we go.
Why'd you put the raisins in the mac and cheese?
Because it tastes better.
Wrong answer.
Okay. Guys, do not date a black woman and put raisins in the mac and cheese. Don't do that. That's dangerous. Okay? I know your aunt comes to family gatherings and puts raisins in everything, macaroni and cheese, potato salad, all that stuff. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. This might happen to you. Okay? Now he's traumatized. He don't know what to do. He's in captivity. He's probably thinking, why'd I put the raisins in there? But he likes raisins in his macaroni and cheese. Don't do that. Black people do not like raisins in their mac and cheese. They don't like it in the potato salad. They don't. I haven't found anything that black people like raisins in. I think that's raisins and walnuts. I think that's a white people thing. I'm not crazy about it, but I have family members that put raisins in that type of stuff. It's funny, but it's true. Um, so do not be a victim. Okay. All right. And you got to get used to eating food with seasoning, guys. Okay. And don't put mayonnaise on everything. You know, white people can't live without mayonnaise. We're addicted to it. You know, it's like catnip for white people. Okay. So, but you know, just be careful when you're dating out there. Raisins can get you in trouble very easy. Okay, and walnuts in there ain't good either. All right, I know they're healthy, but yeah. Um, but anyway, I'm gonna drop that up. But that was just some funny TikToks I wanted to show you guys. Um, I was trying to find something that I was going to show you some videos of an interracial couple and black man and black woman and kind of, but I thought, nah. We're going to talk about the subject though. When dating, um, who loves black women more? That's my question. Okay. Um, and I'm not talking across the board white people and black people because I'm not including racist white people to this. Okay. I'm not including just the everyday white people, how much they love black women, because they might not be around black women. I'm talking the ones in relationships, okay? Dating and marriage. Who loves black women more? Okay? Ladies, you're always warned, right? Be careful of that white man. He's a fetishizer. Be careful. You know, he could be a racist. Okay? He might be a white supremacist. Okay, look. Racist white men, white supremacists, whatever, they're not looking to date black women. Okay. And some people say, well, yeah, they can lust after them. And yeah, they could, but they're not looking for a relationship. And they're probably going to try to get with a prostitute where nobody knows what's going on. They're not going to be out in the dating scene. They're just not going to do it. Okay. And because a white man has a different opinion than you, that don't make him a racist or a white supremacist. Okay? And just because he don't know the struggle you go through does not make him racist. He just don't know. Okay? And you know, if you look at relationships, okay, you look at marriage, okay, we're finding out that black women, white men, marriages are lasting longer. Okay? And there's a bigger success rate when it comes to black women, white men, opposed to a black woman, black man, or even a white woman, white man. Okay. And looking at that and seeing what I see, in my humble opinion, okay, I believe white men love black women more than black men do. And I know that's going to trigger some people. Okay. I'm looking at the collective. I'm looking at stats. That's why I believe this. Okay. Now, people are individuals. Okay. You can't say how much a man loves a woman. You know, there are men of all races that love black women. There are black men that love black women. Okay. Um, and have good relationships. I'm not saying they don't, but statistically, there's more success when it comes to black women, white men. Okay. And I believe that they love black women more than black men do. And people will disagree and say, well, no, how can they? They're white supremacists, they're racist, this and that. Um, Look at the marriage stats. Why would they stay married so long? Okay, if there wasn't love there. And why do these pro black groups have to work overtime to warn black women of white men? Why? When the marriage rate is at 30% at best. There's 70% of black women out there that aren't married, won't get married. So what would be a problem with opening up your options? What is the big deal? If he's a good man and he marries her, takes care of her, what's the problem? Is he and some people say, well, he's trying to destroy the black family by taking the black woman. Really? If 27% of black women are married, how is he doing that? But it's kind of it's crazy if you really look at it logically, and you look at the numbers logically. What is a black woman supposed to do? Just be race loyal and hope that she's in that 27% that gets married. And then what's she got to do to be in that 27%? And if she don't get picked, does she just wait and hope her whole life that somehow she gets picked? Or does she be a fiance forever? And you look at the data, the marriage rates, the black community isn't good. And to be fair, it ain't good across the board, but it's worse in the black community. It is. And I'm not going in on nobody. That's just the truth. If you look at stats, So why is it a problem if black women open up their options? Black men do all the time. And I don't have a problem with it. But it should go both ways, right? We should be looking for true love straight across. And ladies should go where they're loved and celebrated. I'm just saying, and but I see things out there. I see when it comes to relationships, I see black women being called race traitors, bed wenches, being shamed. But if there's not enough men in her community, and look at the numbers. There are approximately 2 million more black women than black men in this country, right? And then black men date and marry out 2 to 3 times as much. And you take in factors, the incarceration rates. You take in, the ones that date out, and then you take there's some that are gay. So the numbers keep dwindling. So for a black woman, she's got to be at her best to compete for these men, does she not? And I'm not saying she just has to go date out. I'm just saying, I'm looking at it logically. And if marriages last with white men longer than black men, I mean, who really loves them more? I'm just asking the question. Now that's subjective. You'd have to look at each individual relationship. Just looking at it logically. But I'm seeing, and this is what I see in my everyday life, okay? And not all, but I see black men that feel some kind of way when a white man gets with a black woman. I see a little bit of anger, maybe a little bit of jealousy. And if they're successful, then they're really upset, it seems. And not all. Some don't care. They're just living their life, right? But I look at my community, I look at white people. To be honest, I haven't heard a white man complain about black men with white women for years. In fact, I've seen white men actually promote this and tell black men, that they support them. And it's kind of weird. Where earlier when I got married over 28 years ago, it seemed that black people were more understanding, when it came to interracial marriages. But I see it kind of flipping. I'm seeing white people being more understanding, and then black people not so much. Or is it just me? Or is that just a few? It's probably a minority of people because really, when you do studies, most people are okay with interracial relationships. But you still got those haters out, you know? And but my thing is why hate? You know, do we have to be divided? And if one group's doing better than the other, don't be triggered, learn from it. I know in our country, when you look at economics, it's not white people leading the way, it's Asians. I mean, they're doing it. They're making it happen. Can we learn from that? Anyway, but you know, I think white men do love black women more than black men do. And that date them, that want to have a relationship. I'm not talking about the weirdo white guys in the hate group, okay? I'm not comparing that. I'm comparing the ones that want a relationship. Because if I ever had this debate, people would pull out, well, what about the white supremacists out here in this group and that group? Well, I'm not talking about that. Of course, the haters, don't love black women. But there's a lot of black men that it appears they don't like black women. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to open up this panel. And if you guys want to speak on this, give your opinion. Which way you believe, that's fine. I just ask, be respectful. Okay? We all have our opinions, right? I have mine, and I tell you why I think the way I do. Okay? Asian is not a race. Okay, well, ethnicity. Okay. But what I'm saying is the Asian group, they're doing better statistically in the collective than everybody else. That's all I'm saying. And I think it comes from discipline, hard work, and and that's good. We can learn from that, or we can be jealous and hate them for it. But anyway, I'm going to drop the link, and if you want to come up, I'd love to hear what you think. Who loves black women more? Is it black men or white men? And we're talking about those that date black women, that marry black women. And I'll put that out there because I was thinking about this, and I was looking at, I've looked at stats, and I've seen other people talk about this. I've seen where people got different opinions. I've heard people say, well, black women, white men relationships are better. And I've heard some people say that, white men are just out to fetishize you. They're actually racist, that they just trying to destroy the black community, trying to hurt black men. I don't believe that. I think they're dating and marrying black women because they love black women. And anyway, welcome to the panel, ladies.
Hey Brent, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, ladies? I got somebody else. Afro Angelique.
The crew's here.
Yeah, the panel.
I missed you guys.
We missed you too. Where you been?
Sleeping.
Sleeping? Okay, that's good. You know what? Hey, since I've gotten older, that's one of my favorite hobbies is sleeping. I actually look forward to it.
That's not just you. I'm young as hell and I still sleep.
Well, sleep is always good. It helps.
If you stay up late talking and doing stuff, it's just like it catches up to you eventually.
You know what's one of the toughest things you could do is like when you're having a good sleep and someone wake you up, I get cranky as hell. Like I always tell someone, don't wake me up when I'm sleeping because I'm gonna get cranky.
Yeah.
See?
I used to
Okay.
put up a sign: if you value your life, don't knock on this door.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, we got Candace
Hi.
Renee. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to the
Can you hear
panel.
me? I hear a lot of, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Uh,
Hi, Brent.
Hi, how are you doing? Good to see
I'm
you.
good.
I think Afro
Candace Renee.
Angelique's. Oh, Candace
Candace
Renee.
Renee.
Oh, okay, Candace Renee. Good to see you.
Thank
Um,
you.
the discussion here is oh, who do we lose?
I don't think
Oh,
she doesn't have an
That pro
avatar up.
is
So
that pro white leadership or Brian took I don't know
uh,
Brian's knee or pro white leadership. I don't know what it was called.
pro
That is
white leadership. Yeah. Well, the link's up there. Come back up, young lady. I don't know if she fell off. Sometimes StreamYards it does that. Um, I'll look for her to come back up. So, what do you guys think about the topic? Okay, I've said what I think. Okay, I believe in today's world. I think white men and black women are the best fit. I think white men love black women more than black men. I'm just saying. And you can call me biased because my wife is black and we've been married almost 30 years. But I look at stats too, and oh, she dropped back off again.
Why is my picture not showing?
I don't know.
Oh gosh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear
Hold on.
you.
I'm so sorry. I was speaking to myself.
Oh, no worries.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Okay,
Well,
well, as long as we can hear you.
Yeah, I guess that's all that
to
matters.
Yeah.
answer the question, besides stats, proving it, I'd say that the problem with like okay, if you're in a relationship or with a marriage of a good black man, good for
Uh
you. But I'd say most of the time, black women and black men have like the relationship based on trauma bonding, like being
huh.
like, oh, we have the same skin color, yay, same race, yay, we went to slavery together, yay, racism, yay. Like it's not much of like who the person is. It's more about the trauma and societal pressures they have in common. That is like the focus on the relationship. But when it comes to white men and black women, I'd say that, to white men, sorry, to white men, it's something different to them. Like,
Mhm.
it's like, oh, okay, I never seen this before. And what I usually see with white men is that they love different things, something that they view as a challenge. I don't know,
Mhm.
to them, it makes them feel like more of a man when that comes to them. So when they're, you know, dealing with different things like a black woman that is different than because they probably been around white women or been told by society to go for white women. It's like a
Mhm.
challenge for them because it's something new to them. It's something, how do I work it out? How can I understand her better while also being like a man? And I'd say that's why they like go together because white men is trying to get something new and work it out and explore more about the black woman and different cultures and etc. Because they like to try it, and black women is something new also for them. Like, okay, this white boy, how do I deal with him? And
Mhm.
both of them have something they want to try, something new, I would say. They're not trauma bonding. I'd say that's also a reason why they work out. And white men love black women more. You know, they just love black women more. They treat black women with more respect, opening doors, wanting to understand her side of the story with race just one time, because they don't want to hear constantly, but just like one time, they just want to see your side of the story, and
Yeah.
they just want to make her happy. And one way you can make it happy is don't put raisin in black women food. Don't do that.
Raisins. Yeah, don't do that. That was funny. That TikTok. She tied them up, and she wasn't having those raisins. Um, but that's good points. And yeah, opposites do attract. They do. And I've heard white men say this. I've heard black men say this, that it's something different. Those black men that date other races of women. I think that's, how people are. I think, it's something new. It's something different. Um, there's an attraction there. Um, that very much is so. Um, but I would say too, when you get to know black women, and ladies, you can tell me if I'm wrong. When you're meeting her, don't put race into it. Don't talk about race. Don't tell her how much you think black women are beautiful. Don't do that. Um, and guys, if you're watching my videos on my channel and how I give black women praise and say wonderful things about them, when you're trying to date a black woman, don't do that. Focus on her as a woman. And black women are uh, pretty slick with this one. Okay, they kind of outthink us as white men, and they might ask you a question. Why do you date black women? What do you like about black women? Okay, she's kind of troubleshooting you because she's trying to figure out if you're just have a thing
Fetishizing.
for black. Yeah,
Hmm.
fetishizing, that it's a desire or lust. She's troubleshooting is what she's doing, and we fall in that trap because we think, oh, we'll just tell her, yeah, black women are beautiful, their hair, their body shape, and all that's true, but it don't look good. It looks like you're fetishizing, right? Because that's what she thinks you do. The best thing you could do, guys, is say, look, I'm not trying to date black women. I'm trying to date you. Okay? Yeah, black women are great and wonderful and beautiful, but I'm trying to get with you. Let's focus on this. That would probably be the best way to answer it.
I think the best way to do it is to just be real and authentic because we can read it.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
tell. And when
Yeah.
we're trying to fake it or trying to say what you think we want to hear, it just comes off, I don't know, as a little fetishy and not
Hmm.
sincere. And it's a turnoff. And
Yeah.
I don't know about the other black women, but it's a major turnoff for me.
Hmm.
So I just think if
Yeah.
you're yourself and if you're really interested in that woman, the color of her skin shouldn't even matter. You should, that's going to be
Yeah.
brought up at some point, but just focus on being real when you meet with
Yeah.
her. That's it. You can never
Yeah,
go
if
wrong.
you talk about skin color, your skin color, like I had multiple dudes talking about, oh my god, you light skin. I love a light skin girl, even though I'm not light
Oh,
skin.
yeah.
But down here, like in Florida,
Uh-huh.
if you're not like mocha brown, people consider you light skin. You guys see my pictures already, but like the white guys or black guys that they're like, oh, you light skin. I love light skin. I just immediately block them. Like, don't no, do not talk about skin color. That's not
Exactly.
attractive.
It's a turn off.
Yeah, I would say don't do that. I don't know. Is that a new generation thing? Because when I was dating, I just looked at black women as black women. I never really thought about their skin tone.
But the
Yeah,
different
the
shades.
new guys,
Are the different.
the new guys this generation, they're obsessed with like skin color. They're like, I
Oh
love me a light skinned black woman.
yes, yes. If
Okay,
she's
that's
yeah, I agree
I
with
can't,
her.
I can't get with that. That to me sounds ridiculous.
It
And
is.
and I think they probably learned that from black men and think it's cool. Oh, he
Mm-hmm.
likes light skinned. So do I. Hey,
Right.
bro, that's great. I fit in now because I'm talking like the black man that dates black women that I want to date. That's, I mean, that to me is just weird. I would say, guys, don't get into that. If you have a preference for a skin tone, just keep it to yourself. And you know what? But really, growing up and in my generation, when we interracially dated, we didn't really think about skin tone. We didn't even really. It wasn't a thing. I never even thought about it till somebody pointed it out, and then I was like, "Wow, that sounds like white supremacy." I don't know, but coming from black people, it just blew my mind. They would even say that. I don't know, but it's a thing that just I
But
didn't
It's
understand that.
always been a thing.
to
Yeah.
chime in on your question on whether or not in my opinion, Brent, I think that white men do show more love when they're in relationships with black women. That's just what I see. I think they're more
Yeah.
affectionate.
Yeah, they
They
are,
just
but
try to
like,
treat women better.
but all men treat just about every color of man treat better than black men
Yeah,
at this point, because it's like, I think I heard a TikTok the other day. It was just like, I don't have to treat you well. It was a black man. He was like, I don't have to treat black women well because they don't date out, and so I know that no matter what I do, that they're gonna date me. And I'm just like, no, that's not what that is.
but that
Oh,
is the majority of black women though, and he's so true. It's the confidence that he would to even say that lets you know that that is happening all the time. That's why they're so arrogant with it, because
yeah.
black women do that, and that's the problem. That is the biggest problem with the black men. Black women will not hold them accountable for anything. Whatever they do and say, black women will still choose them. Will still
Yeah.
choose them to this day. And then they later on they go on and complain about it. But you can't complain about it if you're asking for it. Like
Yeah.
it's either he gonna treat you right or you're gonna let him go. But black women just they take it. They take it. That's why they
They
do the
act like
things
they
they
have
do
no
to
other
us.
options. They act like they have no other options. And as
Right.
when they get the mindset of that they can date out, the game is going to be changed, and
Thank
and
you.
black men are going to have to learn how to step it up. That they can no longer be lazy and have a victim mentality. They're going to have to step up to the plate and come with the business. So until we get to the point where black women start divesting in huge amounts, black men are going to continue to do what they do. But
Right.
like the color thing, I think more so white men don't do the color thing, but like within most brown races, there is a colorist thing. There's I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like Indians, they want the light skins over the dark skins. And in black communities, you had to pass the paper brown bag test in some on some fronts. So it's like, and even with the Latino community, it's like if you're Afro Latina and you're dark skinned, they think less of you. So everybody, like within the brown community, color, light skin versus dark skin has always been a thing. But for white people, white men, when they view us, that's not a thing unless they've been trained, unless a black man has been talking in his ear.
Right. You're
I
right. And the
I
black community is a hierarchy based on skin tone.
yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
always anything closer to whiteness, that's the top of the tier. And the darker you get, you're at the bottom. But then here's the thing, white men do like a lot of darker tone women. They do. And
Because when you
Yeah.
in my opinion, they are, and I'm a black woman, they are the melanin they possess is sometimes it's hard to even look at. They're so beautiful. So I understand
Yeah.
why they're attracted to them. Darker skinned black women are absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not trying to pander to them. I've said this from day one. If you know, well, you don't know me because I just came up, but still, they are really beautiful. Not to say brown skinned women aren't beautiful, but I'm just saying white men do choose a darker skinned woman more than anything. I see a lot of them with darker
Yeah.
skinned women. They they
Yeah.
Yeah,
they love
I
them.
wish
They
I
love
could.
dark
I
skinned
wish I
women.
could like
and
tell. It hurts every time. I'm like, I always see a dark skinned woman walking, and I'm always telling them, "You have like very beautiful skin. You know that?" And then she's like,
It's
"I
just,
know you ain't talking. You know you're blessed." And I'm like, "No, I wish I could have some of your melanin. Like I wish."
I
And then
know.
she's like, "Oh, you should be you should be happy, and you got everything, girl." And I'm like, "No, I want your skin. Like."
Right. I want that melanin. I want that shade darker. Right.
Hey.
That's
Yeah.
And
I want a whole
it's
shade
funny because
darker.
light skinned chicks have delusions of darkness, because it's like they think that they're darker than what they are. So
who
it's just
Hey.
like
who
a lot of light skinned women.
Hey.
girl. You better
It's like,
preach.
I'm darker.
Hey. Hey. Ladies. I think
Yeah.
that this is what I think. I think you'll see a lot of white men with dark complected black women. I don't think it's that they say, "Hey, I'm going to get a real dark complected black woman." I think what it is, I think psychologically they see black women as beautiful and they embrace everything there is about black women, from how they carry themselves, how they act, their features. I think it's just they love black women, and I think it just happens. A lot of times that they will end up with a dark skinned black woman. I don't think it's necessarily they choose that.
No,
I,
I don't.
I
Yeah, I don't think they put us against one another, like a
yeah,
brown skinned black woman versus a darker shade of a black woman. I don't think that they do that either.
yeah. And
Yeah, I agree with that.
could it be that maybe dark skinned black women are more open to interracially date?
And
I
they're the
believe
ones
so.
that's less chosen by black men, so they are more
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are not chosen as frequently as, say a brown skin to a light skinned black woman. So they
Mhm.
are open. They have more. Yeah, they are open more to white men. That's what I believe.
Nah, brown skin. Hey, I'm brown skin. I'm open to white men.
Yeah.
Brown skin are open too, but they don't talk to us.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that, Brent. they need to stop being scared to talk to us in public.
That's
That's
right.
a huge turnoff for black women. But if you
Guy,
get on a dating app, they'll blow your messages up. They will blow you up in the messages. But when they see you in public, it's like, hi, and then they hold their head down. And
Something
it's like,
that's weird. It's
hey,
so weird
hey,
because like I'm also comfortable with white men approaching me than I'm with black men approaching me, because in my head, in my subconscious head, I'm like thinking, is black men approaching me because like I'm on a lighter shade? But with white men talking to me, I'm like, I know white men, you should go for darker skin chicks. I'm okay with that. That's and I'm more subconscious when a white man talks to me. I'm like, okay, what's up with this guy? Why is he talking to me? But with black men, I'm like, oh, he just saw me because I'm lying. I'm not talking to this dude.
right, you already know. Right.
It's for me. It's just like when if a black man approaches me, it's just like I have my guard goes all the way up, and I have to like, what is he gonna do? Where he's gonna put his hands? What is he talking about? Why is he leaning so close? Because they like to violate personal space so much.
Yeah, I must live in the South because they don't do that in New York. They don't even talk.
Oh,
They don't talk to black men. Do not come to black women and talk to them.
They do that in Florida. Oh my
Oh
god,
yes,
they
yes.
always
I figured
honking
y'all
oh,
was
at
in the
you.
South.
wow.
They
The
honking
South
at you.
does
If you
that.
put your headphones on, they're like, hey girl, like they literally follow you where you're. I literally got stuck. Like I seen this little blue car literally doing U-turns wherever I walk, and then the wheel came back. It's a black man, and he's trying to talk to me. I'm like, yeah, boyfriend, and he's still doing U-turns to talk to me.
Yeah,
Hey, hey,
they're they're super aggressive.
yeah.
J10 has a question. Do you all think black women are getting smarter about holding black men accountable lately? A
I
shift.
No,
only
No,
I only
no.
think the divested ones are holding them accountable, not
Well,
not
I'm
not the
trying
ones.
to, but I'm trying to, but I'm extreme.
I think we are outnumbered by the black male worshipers, the mammies and the pick-me's. There's still so
Mhm.
many of them that they overshadow us. So that's what I believe. So I don't think that
I
there's.
won't say it's divestors. I be seeing some black women that they still talking about behaviors of black men. Yet they're the same ones that be like, I love black kings. And then I'm like,
But
interesting.
but they
Oh
don't love
wow.
you. Yeah,
You,
I don't think so. I think we got a hard fight because the black male worshipers are, boy, they are hard shell to crack.
oh, you know what? Hey, can I weigh in on this one? Yeah,
Yes,
the worshipers, the pygmishas. Yeah, I,
yes.
I I watch them, and oh my god, it's like black men walk on water. It's
Oh
like
gosh.
Mm.
the out of wedlock birth rate is all black women's fault because they're not acting right. They need to do better. Oh my god! And then when they get with white men, it's like white supremacy. Like black women, white men are colluding to attack black men. Like, yeah, we're going to date each other to get at black men. I
Yeah.
mean, that makes no sense. Now I know some black men will get with Becky to kind of stick it to Brad, which Brad don't care, but
Don't
okay.
care at all. They look ridiculous. Like they don't even
Mm-mm.
care. They don't even respond to these men. But black
And
women do. Black women
and
sure be in the comments.
It
yeah,
it it's hilarious to me that what these women don't understand is that the more you give to these men, the more you clean up their mess, the more they blame you for their foolishness.
say it again, the more they're gonna hate you. They just don't get it. But they don't want to get it. They know they don't want to get it. They don't. They're so black male identified, they don't want to get it.
Could I cut in for a second for real quick? It's just very disturbing to me that black men are doing what they're doing and black women are still trying to play fair with them.
Mhm.
It's just so disturbing.
It is. It's very
like
disturbing.
it's and people say that I'm extreme. Don't you think it's extreme that you're being murdered every 4.8 hours?
Exactly.
All
And your
right,
children.
sent to meet your maker.
Oh, sorry. You're right.
Toe tag.
Into that. I mean,
Okay.
I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it when black women are going to, you might have some type of conditioning. I had this very same conditioning, but that conditioning does not matter anymore because my human instincts now are kicking in. So that's what I'm not getting right now with black women. It's like your human instinct for survival is not kicking in. And that to me is very disturbing.
But you got to understand, them worshipers, they are at an all-time low with confidence. They truly believe that they don't have any other options but black
No,
men.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about human instinct to survive.
They don't have that though.
They don't have
it.
They don't have it.
That to me is very disturbing, that regardless of your conditioning, we all have a human instinct to survive. So my
Hey,
thing
Miss
is
Anita.
that
Sorry.
even though you have this conditioning, their human instincts are not activating yet. And that to me is very disturbing to me.
The problem with black women is that black women have this thing, whereas I'd say that they reject their biology and common sense for the fact that they want to play with society. Like, you guys know what I mean? Like, there's many factors you have to consider with black women. The fact that if black women were to stop playing around, there's going to be a lot of stereotypes. Like, people going to think, oh, you're just an angry, bitter black woman. And many black women think, oh, if I don't say anything, if I don't defend myself, I'm not going to be angry, bitter black woman. A lot of them act like pick-me's. A lot of them want to, be seen. A lot of them want to be seen as the better black woman. A lot of them are so trauma bonded, and they don't want to grow from that. They don't want to have common sense like woman nature. They want to be black first. There's nothing wrong with being black first. Actually, I changed that. There's something wrong with being black first. It's just that you have to, like every other races of women, I've never heard this thing called Asian love, white love, Latino, Hispanic love. Every other groups of women, they are playing smart. They're women first before they're ever whatever category they are. But
Yeah.
black women refuse to be that and such. That's why I say they don't want to be smart with common sense and biology. They want society.
It's interesting. I'm so sorry. It seems like they're confusing womanhood with racism.
But a lot of it is also, they have this mindset of maybe if I'm nice to them, then they will pick me or whatever, because all these other black women are being mean to them. So let me be everything that they think they want. And then, but for that, you have to have a certain level of no self-esteem in order to have that mindset. So it's like, you don't love you. So you doing everything you can to make somebody love you when you don't even love you. How they gonna love you?
Yeah, you know.
Go ahead.
No,
I'm coming after you.
Go, hey, ladies. Sorry to interrupt, but I just how about if on this channel, I get some white women that come up and tell you that they only date white men, that and call us kings, and then I can say, you know what, I'm being held back by black people, and um, and they're they're coming after me, and and they could defend me.
I
Would that
say
look
black
weird? I just
black women. I
It's
told
so
black women
weird.
every freaking time. I tell black women every freaking time, you're racist. You don't want to admit it, but you're really racist. Like you would reject a man of his character, who he is, etc., because he's not black. Reverse that around. If someone was to say, "Oh, they don't want a woman," that's everything he wants. If she's not white, like, "Oh, you're black. I don't want you. I just want white women." You would call that man a racist. What
yeah.
makes you think you're not racist
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
they
you
think
know
they
rejecting that
think that
white
they
man?
get
what?
to say anything and not be held, not no one calls them out on the same thing they try to use against other races of people.
Exactly. Every time
Like,
I hear
stop
white
doing
men
that.
say, yeah, they call white men racist every time
You're
he said, "Oh,
right,
I
but you
prefer
gonna
white
do the
women."
same thing.
But
Yeah,
that's
Exactly.
throughout the entire that's throughout the entire community though. That they call everybody else doing something, but when we do it,
Do it.
it's okay.
Right.
Like
You shouldn't say anything.
yeah, so it's appropriation if somebody takes anything from our culture, but if we take it from somebody else's culture, then we're not appropriating because we're a minority. Where they do that at? So if we
I
have
Yeah.
In black
Black
women's
people,
mind, in their heads.
black people can't be racist, etc. That's not true.
Black, no, black people are very racist. Let's be clear.
Exactly.
Let's be very clear.
it,
They are very racist, and they say stuff that they don't want other groups of people to say, because then they'll get angry. But you can say it and not and have nothing. They don't want anybody to say anything to them. That
yeah,
they do
so
that all
yeah.
the
Hey,
time.
we're supposedly have a
hey,
pass.
hey.
Right.
I need to address this because this ain't fair. White women, how come you're not calling us white kings? What are you doing? What?
Shoot, I call white man a king before.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
I,
you look,
I,
you look, you have your white, look, you are the white king for your family.
And
So
let me
yeah.
tell you something. If anybody should be deserving of that title, you have to look at the white men, because they out here providing, protecting, building, taking care of their women and children in their communities, and they don't even get called kings. But
Even
black men
history.
who hug the blocks every single day. I go to work and I come home. It's the same group of men on the blocks every day. And you calling these men kings? It doesn't even make sense to me, black women. Like, what are
it's
we
because
doing?
it's because they
What are
want
we doing?
it's the thing that they wanted to build up their self-esteem, so they calling them kings when they have not earned the right to be called
Could I
such.
say something real quick?
They ain't
That
never
Yeah.
been kings.
Yeah.
yeah, well, pretty
Girl,
much.
don't even go
But
back to
moving
Africa. We don't want to go there. We don't have enough time.
moving
They ain't never
moving
been
forward,
kings.
I say that again. I mean, I want to know, because I've done my research and I've been places. I want to know, where is there any
Kingdom.
place where there's a collective group of white men doing absolutely nothing? I want to go there.
I
That's
do
what I
too.
want.
Absolutely nothing as far as what.
I'm talking about,
What black
is
men
there
do.
is there a collective group of men do absolutely nothing? And when I mean absolutely nothing, I mean doing what black men do.
Right.
I mean, I want to
Technically,
go there.
Redneck version.
I want to see it, because you can go anywhere in the world and black men are doing absolutely nothing. But then
in
again,
all
it's
communities. Right.
racist.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
if it was really that racist, you really think that you would be doing absolutely nothing?
Black men are
Um,
comfortable. They are so comfortable.
Well, there's
if you
like
think
white
about the
men, even
technically
when it
rednecks,
doesn't have to do with like building stuff. Like every time I'm running and there's like a problem, like a car accident, or like if I hear the ambulance or like firefighters, guess who I be seeing that mostly driving the fire truck and mostly in the back on their phones? I see white men. They always in the trucks. So I never seen a black firefighter or a black ambulance driver, etc. It's rare, in my place at least. I've never seen them. They
Right. And
always
with
been
black
white
women, you
men,
don't see white men
and
or black women.
yeah, And all the shops that I live all around shops. Like where I live, it's a lot of shops. I can just walk there and a house is like a shop is right there. I've always seen like white construction workers, white men construction workers. I see white men walking out there. I've always seen it. And when I do research on it, a white man built that, or a white woman and a white man that were married, etc. I don't have any black shops that a black man build or etc. And it's sad, or a black woman for that fact. It's sad also. But all I see is mostly usually white men and like they build everything, etc. But what I be seeing nowadays is a lot of these stores. I seen black women and white men coming out, and I'm like, what's going
Yeah.
on?
There's a shift happening. Hey,
yes, it is.
Hey, let me get this super chat. Fujimoto Chakia. I hope I. What? How's it?
Chiaki.
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 Chiaki. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at pronouncing words, so I apologize. But thank you for the super chat. Black love. What's that? Pandering tactic by Hollywood. I never heard of white love, red love, yellow love, mixed love. Yeah. No to pandering. Always go where you are celebrated, black women and white men. Awesome. That well said. Yeah. Yeah, what if I started talking about white love? I would be labeled racist, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Or what if I said, well, I want my kids to look like me. I want them to be pasty white and you know I want no, my kids are biracial, so that went away a long time ago. So I'm happy with what I got. But let's say I started talking like that. What if I said, well, I'm pro white, I'm for white people? That would be so racist. And even white people would look at it like, what? What did you just say? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, that means me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some black
That's
people
true.
get the exception to every rule. So if what can be seen as racist, if viewed from any other lens, it's not seen that way from a black lens. So it's just like, oh, we're the exception to every rule. We have a special pass because of what happened in our past, which is just foolish. You have to get out of victim mentality. Once you get out of victim mentality, then you can start to excel.
Well, and I agree with that. And look, I don't want to be insensitive because our country did some very evil things. Look, I've studied it, and some things that went on, racism wise, I couldn't even believe how horrible some things were. So I know what people are saying. I get it. But in 2022, white people on this earth did not own slaves or do these horrible things. I mean, there's evil people all over. But what I'm saying is, look, we need to come together. And you know what? It would be better for our country. And I think we need to open up our options. I think that will be a blessing to all of us. And because you know why? Because we get to know each other better. When we have interracial marriage, and this is why I'm so for it, right? Not just because I love black women, but because we get to know each other. Marriage has brought countries together. Marriage has stopped wars from happening. Marriage is powerful. Marriage can get people to learn more about each other because they have to deal with each other. One person has a son and a daughter. And whether they like it or not, when they get married, they're a family now. And I think that's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think race loyalty is stupid. I think it's a segregationist mentality that we need to get rid of.
To be fair, I've never understand like every time someone bring up like I get the history. We cannot ignore history. History teaches a lot of lessons. But I do not understand when people bring up like what happened with black people and white people
Mhm.
without actually talking about what black people did to black people also. Like every time a black man bring up slavery and why I shouldn't date a white man or why I should break up with my man right now, I'm always asking, okay, so explain slavery in Africa. And it's like crickets. Because I get it. I'm not gaslighting history, but let's keep the energy on both sides because last I checked, black people, participated in slavery before the Europeans stepped on Africa. So yeah, I hate when people like bring that up to gaslight black women dating white
Hello?
men.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? I feel
Yeah.
like that's where a lot of us went wrong. We've never held black men accountable for slavery, for their role. We've never done that. And that's something we should have started out holding them accountable for selling us out in the first place.
I've never heard white men sell white women into slavery. I've never heard that, but I've heard about
that has happened. That's has happened, of course.
Yes.
yeah, well,
That has
that's
happened.
different.
Every race of man, every
That's
race of man
different.
have sold men and women and children. Every
That's
race.
different. What I mean by that is like it's usually prisoners of war and women are spoils of war, but usually with black men and the black women slavery, it wasn't usually prisoners of war, the same tribe. They were sold. I've even heard about mothers being sold into slavery by their own sons, compared to white men literally just exploiting
Well,
the
what it
other
is,
side.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's just that white men did it and they stopped, but black men never did. That's the difference. So yes, every group of men, every group of people have done the same thing. Yeah, men.
They have
Yeah,
enslaved
listen,
women.
white men used to be very brutal to white women. Okay,
Oh,
but they
yeah.
were able to. A lot of white women were left single mothers. So it's they have come a long way. They have evolved. They have self-corrected, and they have corrected each other. They have evolved, they have changed, they have become better men. They are not the same men that they were. They're not. But black men, they have not changed at all. They're they're the same men that sold us out 500 years ago.
Can I chime in real quick, ladies?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that we should stop trying to we should give up on thinking black men are going to change. They're not going to change. I think the focus for us who have opened our options and who are divesting and who are turning our backs on black men because that's the right thing to do. That's the best thing to do. I think for us, we have to focus on hopefully trying to get more black women on board because we need to change. Black women is mainly the root cause of why black men are like this. We do not hold these men accountable for anything. And this is coming back to haunt us. It's coming back to killing us. Toe tagging us every 4.5 hours now. Toe tagging our kids every single day, all day. Black women will not hold black men accountable for nothing. And I just don't understand it. They will willingly give them their money. They will willingly give them their cars and let them drop them off at work. They will let them abuse them. Black women are addicted to abusive relationships. They don't know love. They don't know real love.
Yeah, because
black women
we come from. Yeah, but we come from abuse. We a lot of us come from abuse anyway. We're raised by abusive people, unfortunately.
Exactly.
So
it's a terrible.
Yeah. And this is
black
why
women are not even holding themselves accountable. Black women are also to blame.
This is why I said, I said something on another live that I was on, and some people was upset. But I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna say it here because this is not the time and place for that. But these men have made it very clear how they feel about you. They've made it very clear why they feel the way they feel about you, and they've made it very clear how they're going to treat you. So the question, I always say this, the question is, what are Black women going to do? What
Right.
are you going to do about it? That's the
Right.
question.
Right. We need this. Just don't even worry about the Black men. They are not changing. They're not changing. They're
Black women
not
have
on. They're not
Stockholm
going to change.
syndrome. Yeah, black women have Stockholm syndrome. Like, I feel like black women don't want any better because it is so sad to the point that black women even think that they deserve less. They even think that they deserve poverty type. They deserve disrespect and etc. And when they see another black woman doing better, they always gotta hate on that black woman or laugh at her or
Yes,
belittle. It's so sad. Like,
it
it's
is.
not black men at this point. Like black men ain't ish. Anyways, we know they're not gonna change. But the problem is black women keep continuing the cycle because women pass down culture, and black women keep passing down cultures to their daughters that their daughters should
Mhm.
get less and shouldn't be better and should stay race loyal and should tolerate abuse
Yeah.
and
I
etc. And
said
it's
it.
sad.
I say it all the time. Black women are sicker in the head than black men. You have to see black
They
women are
truly are,
sicker in
because
the head than black
yes,
men.
because
This is
it's
the
Okay.
problem. This is the
that's so,
problem.
yep.
We are
We're
sick in the
we're
head, black women. And
also
I have
we're
to put
also the
we in there because
problem
I'm a
here.
part of the black women, the black culture. We are sicker in the head than black men. It's terrible. If you see the socialization of black women, whew, we need to re-socialize ourselves, and we
Listen,
have to break away from this dynamic, from this black toxic culture. Black women, you have to re-socialize yourself, and you don't have to always be in a relationship. Date different people, and dating does not mean having sex with everybody. You do that if you want to, but you need to date different people. Stop thinking you need to just settle down with this one man, be in this, what Cynthia called it, struggle love, and pretend like you're happy. You're looking haggard. You're getting big and bloated and out of shape. You're angry all the time. That's because you're tied to black men. This is what they do to you. And then when you see them with their preferences, don't they act like the black women now? Aren't they yelling
I
and
mean,
cursing and screaming and fighting and carrying on?
anybody that's with them is going to be a black woman with them. That's just what it
Thank
is.
you. You're going to take on their
It's
mentality, the
listen,
socialization.
exactly.
So
Any woman that's with them will become a black woman. Do you
we'll be
understand me?
socialized just like a black woman. They're not going to
Trust me.
become us. They're going to be
They
socialized just like us.
exactly. All right, because who these men are as their character as men, they're gonna
Hmm.
take. Trust me.
It's
You
bad. It's bad.
trust me.
Hey,
It is
Hey,
Okay.
terrible.
Zafra and Julie trying to say something?
uh,
I
Just
have
just
stopped
work on your
trying. So
socialization, women. Work
Guys,
on
hey,
your
Afro and
socialization.
Jalik, guys, Afro
hey,
and Jalik. Let's let
hey,
Afro and
hey,
Jalik come.
hey, guys. I know everybody wants to say some. Let's just let everybody talk, because when we talk at once, it kind of drowns people out.
Oh yes, sorry guys.
Yeah.
um this is the thing. Black men gonna do what they're gonna do. And it's just like with individual people are going to do what they're going to do. It's up to you to decide who you're going to let in your world and influence your life. And if you have decided to no longer let black men influence the decisions that you make in your life, then you're making steps. You're doing the steps to remove toxicity out of your life. So if for a moment, if we could just step back and just look at the toxicity in our lives and just remove those people from your life will get a whole bunch better. And then you can start seeing the people that are actually encouraging and bringing love, joy, peace, and good things into your life, and surround yourself with those kind of people so that you can grow, you can change, and you can bring those kind of people into your life.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, hey,
Harping on what a black man is or is not going to do is not going to change them, and it's not going to change anything in your life, and you're focusing on the wrong thing.
yeah.
Right.
Hey, Hey, let's do this, ladies. Let's go after Afro Angelique, then KD, and then Pro White Leadership, and then Candice Renee. How's that sound? And then
Yeah.
I'll just interject after each one is done. How's that sound? So
Sure. Yeah.
you guys know who you're after. That way we get one at a time because everybody's passionate and it's great and I love it. But when multiple people talk, it just gets gobbledygooked. Um, you know what I mean? Just a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
so
Right.
so everybody knows what order they're in.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead, ladies. KD.
Okay. So I would say like many black women, one, let me just say this one point. I have more, but this one point, this main one point. A lot of you need therapy. Like before you go jumping into a relationship with a white man or any type of man that's not black, make sure you get therapy and leave your traumas or whatever um social justice warrior stuff you have out there. Like leave it in a box, leave it out of there to the next relationship because that man, that group of men, they're not going to settle with that stuff. Like they don't want to settle for that stuff. Like it's good to tell them where you're coming from, your side of the story, but it's not attractive. It's not feminine a lot to them. They just want to get to know you as the individual woman, not black woman. Like okay, yeah, you're black. They can see it, but they don't care about your race, like your racial issues. They just care about the woman you are. They see you as a woman first, etc.
Yeah,
And
men like
second,
men. Men like men.
and
Men.
second,
I'm sorry. Men like women. Sorry. Men like
yeah,
women. That's all.
yeah, I get you. And second, like to relate back to this topic, also, um, one thing that's really attractive about like white men, etc., and with black women, there are bad white men, of course, but the positive ones we're talking about, they always want to do things. Like they're just so um, handy. Like they're handy and they have so much passion, etc. I remember once like my man, he kept opening doors for me. I'm like, I can open it myself. He's like, no, do not touch that. Do not lift your hands at all. He opened it. He bought me a box of chicken and
Hey,
a watermelon. And they always like doing everything for you. They don't want you doing anything at all. They want to be the man and they just want to make you happy. That's what I know about white men.
oh yeah. Let me get this super chat in there, Jess. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, my go.
Yeah, let me just do the super chat real quick.
Sure.
Jess, thanks for the super chat. Uh, what do you think about Drake disrespecting Serena's husband? Do you think that will increase as more black women marry out?
Absolutely, because you know what it is? I'm going to tell you something about black men, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They don't know their place. They don't black men, they don't know their place. These men really think they're running something and they don't run nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Drake used to date Serena before her husband. And like I said, these men, they do not like when white men like us because that was the whole point. They sold us to these men. Okay? That wasn't a part of the plan. All right? That's something that they cannot stand. Okay? They cannot stand when white men show us any type of love, because that wasn't the original design.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
can I
Yeah.
chime in? I don't think nothing about what Drake says. Drake is a biracial man. he has been accepted as a black. I don't know if they even call biracial men black, but black women would surely call a biracial woman black. But I don't think nothing about Drake. I think he said some disrespectful about Megan Thee Stallion recently too. So yeah, I don't know what Drake is on or what he's trying to prove, but Serena husband is a billionaire, so I don't think he's thinking about Drake at all.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he was raised by who? He was raised by a dark-skinned black man. So
well that's his father,
thing.
but his mother is a white woman, so he's not a black man.
Biracial men from white men are completely different from biracial men from black men and white women or non-black women.
But
they're completely different. They're not the same.
Was Drake father in his life? I don't really know too much about Drake.
Can we let Brent talk, please?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think this is a bad look for Drake. I mean, come on, they're married. Why do you got to even say anything? You had your chance with her. You dated her. Look, you didn't marry her, so just step off and go somewhere. Go make your albums, be rich, and get more famous. But leave Serena and her husband alone. I mean, seriously, that to me is just pathetic. I mean, he shouldn't even be thinking about her, should he? I mean, or is he jealous? Does he figure he missed out on a awesome opportunity? I mean, come on, you didn't step up. This white man did. He married her. So hey, it has nothing to do with you. I would just, this is dumb, you know. So I mean, Serena tried to date black men. She had relationships with them. She gave them a chance, and they failed miserably. And this white man came along and stepped up to the plate. So good for her husband, and good for Serena. And I wish the best for them. Big prayers for them. May God bless their marriage and family forever. And anybody that don't like it, that's their problem. This is silly. At this point, it's just dumb. I mean, but anyway, sorry, ladies. What? All right, who's next?
I think it's me. I think it's me, Candace Renee.
Okay.
So
all right, Candace Renee.
Yeah. What I just want to say, and I'm gonna hop off of here because I'm sure you got other people waiting, is I think that black women, first of all, should work on resocializing themselves. We have to cut ties from black socialization. It's completely turned us into something that is unrecognizable. Some of these women I see in the way they act out in public, I'm just like, wow, they are so black male identified. You can just see it, you can hear it, you can see the way they treat their kids. It's despicable when you see black women acting like this. And you're not going to be able to date a quality man from any other race when you're acting like this, because their socialization is not like this. They don't understand this kind of socialization, so until they do that, and even if you're not dating a black man, take some time out for yourself and get to know you. You don't have to always be in a relationship. And that's what I think the black culture promotes. If you're not validated as a woman somehow, if you're not tied to some kind of loser in your community that's treating you bad, like, that's for some reason that's the black way. And it's just, and black girls get tied up in these relationships and they just don't work, and then they go on to the next relationship, they don't work, and then next thing you know, that's two baby daddies, and then the next relationship, another baby daddy, and then all of a sudden you become, they devalue you after they have defiled your body and used you up, because they're not going to marry you. They just want to have access to your body. That's all black men want, is access to your body. And that's it. They do not respect you enough to marry you or to love you.
And black women have to understand how black women have to understand how black men view them. Number one, we're black women and they do not view us as human beings. They have to understand that these men do not see us as human beings. Even in our families, these men don't view us as human beings. Okay? So I'm telling you right now, people say I'm extreme. I'm not extreme. I know exactly the type of men that I'm dealing with here. Okay? All right? They're very manipulative. They gaslight, and and what concerns me is that these men are around other groups of people, and these other groups of people, they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. I'm telling you right now, they have no idea who they're dealing with, because these men, they're not human beings. They're parasites. They're not.
Hey,
I'm sorry to say that, but that is what they
okay,
are.
okay. Let me finish this question. I hope I answered it for Jess. She said, "Do you think that will increase as more black women marry out?" Yeah, I think what Drake did. I think there's going to be more black men doing that. Um, when black women date out more, and yeah, because for some reason there's some stuff going on with and I'm not going to say all black men feel this way, but there's a number of them that do. When black women date out, I've seen anger. I've seen guys wish harmful things on black women that swirl and date out. I've heard them say that they won't protect black women if they go over there, you stay over there, and this is stupid. This is ridiculous.
Listen,
Um,
if these men cannot destroy you, that's what
mm,
it is. If they cannot destroy you, listen, anywhere these men are in the world, it is chaos. Do you understand me? Chaos.
okay.
That's how
Wait,
these men are. That's
Britt,
just
you
what it
said that.
is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. What's
Sorry.
that?
No, I was just going to respond to something you had mentioned, that you said that they even say that they won't protect us. They not protecting us now, so I don't even know why they saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
They not
girl, never
protecting us
have.
now.
Never
What?
have.
What?
No,
Yeah.
not you, Brent. I'm just saying that you've heard black men say that, but I'm saying
Yes.
to you that they don't even protect us now. I don't even know why they just say anything. Anything that sounds
Well.
good, they say it out of their mouth.
Yeah.
They don't protect
It just
nothing.
it just sounds weird. As men, we're supposed to protect women regardless whether they date
Right.
us or marry us. That's just our duty as men. Um, I don't understand why they would say that. That sounds like childish. That sounds like insecurity, jealousy.
Listen to
Um,
me really closely. Black men
yeah,
are, they are the masters of manipulation and gaslight. They are
Yeah.
performers. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. I
They
agree.
will perform. They will definitely make you believe they are good men. I'm telling you that. They will perform for you, man.
What
I'm
did
telling
Drake
you,
do?
you really don't. These men are very dangerous. They're dangerous. Do you
Afro,
understand me?
yeah, Afro Puff Clean Pro White Male. We should have our own panel together because we would agree on a lot. Hey, there you go. Pro White Leadership. You and Afro Puff have a panel. I think that would be cool. I will participate. I'll show up. Yeah.
Can
Okay.
someone tell me what did Drake do?
I think he's. I don't know exactly. I heard he said something disrespectful about uh Serena's husband. I
Hmm.
mean, I that's what I've been told, and people have been asking. I haven't looked into it. Um.
Yeah, I never heard that one. I heard about Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't hear about Serena
Yeah.
until
I
just
guess.
now.
I guess he said something, but regardless, if he said it, he's wrong, and he needs to move on. Because that's none of his business no more. Because she's married. But yeah.
But see, that's one of the problems too, because you have these biracials who ingratiate themselves into black culture because black men bring them in, and black women accept them because they think that that's what black men want them to do, so that they can be pick me, pick me. You see, I accept
No,
you.
no, no,
You're
no,
you're
no, no, no.
biracial,
That's what black
right
men.
here,
No,
right
that's what.
here. Pick
Wait,
me.
that's what black men tell us to do. Black
Right.
men will bring other groups of they. What black men will do is they will bring trash from other races and cultures into our community, and we were taught to accept that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what
Here,
they do. Okay.
here's. I guess this is what Drake called Serena's husband a simp,
He
and
called
her
her
husband
no, he called her husband a groupie.
a groupie.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's what he
Well,
yeah, a groupie.
oh, so
'Cause
he's with
I
her
keep
because of
telling
money.
you, I
I,
keep telling you these men don't want white men to like you. Listen to the
I
way
And
these
Drake's
men
not
talk
even
on
black.
life. Listen to the way
Who
the
cares what
first
he
thing they
said?
will say is, "Oh, I know white men. They don't like black women." Of course they
mm,
don't, because they will only be friends with a racist white man. That's why they don't like black women. They will never be friends with a white man that loves black women. They will never do that.
Well, but back to my point, can I finish real quick? When I
yeah.
was saying that black men will bring, these biracials or white people into the culture so they can ingratiate, and then they would allow them to disrespect black women because that's the culture. And Drake is just following suit. He feels like he's comfortable enough that he can come over here and disrespect black women. And guess what's going to happen? Black women would give him more money. That's what's going to happen. They're going to
Yeah.
give him. They're going to give them their whole check. He's going to get on every black woman that's not a that's a worshiper. That he's going to take. He's going to get their money. And guess who
Mm.
he's going to choose? A biracial or a white woman.
Yeah, he
Well,
is.
he already
I,
did. His baby mama is a whole white ex adult film.
Exactly. So
oh,
he has.
okay.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, Afro Angelique, do you want to
Oh,
say
my
something, young lady?
baby.
I'm just listening because it just
We got out of order.
Yeah, can we get back to order?
Yeah, it's
can
Afro
we,
Angelique's turn.
can we get back on topic?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So who loves you better, black women? Is it white men or black men
I think
that have relationships with you?
actually, I mean, to be
I
perfectly
mean,
honest, if you're just gonna go on color, probably white men. But I think any man that is of a high character is gonna love me better than somebody that is doesn't take about accountability for his foolishness, that blames other people for his problems, that doesn't accept that's not a grown ass man. Um Only a grown ass man can love a woman, because if you still acting like a little boy, then you can't love nobody. So
yeah. Yeah, I would say that that's subjective, a man of character, but statistically, I would say
a white man statistically,
yeah.
just because it's just right now I
Oh,
haven't had a lot
I
of
mean
luck either way. So
I got a cash app. I missed did I read this one off? I
no,
uh
that Cash App just popped up.
yeah, I'm looking for it to put it on here and
I don't think there's a comment with it.
yeah, there is. There's a oh,
I didn't see it. Oh, there it is.
yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the cash app. What Drake did to Serena and Megan is exactly what Irv Gotti is doing to Ashanti.
Yeah, it's in the hip
Mhm.
hop world.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, yeah, yeah. So it's a hip hop world thing. Yeah,
and then it,
unfortunately, it's
yeah,
womenizers, and just another. A lot of these men do not like black women. A lot of these men in the industry are sleeping. A lot of them are bisexual. A lot of black men are bisexual. Okay, and I understand what that sounds like, but you can take the Georgia situation. A lot of black men are bisexual. So I'm just putting it out there. So
okay.
it is.
And then the rest of it said he threatened her career in life just because she moved on with her life.
That's what they
Since
do.
a
They'll threaten you.
wow,
They'll threaten your family members. That's what they do.
Yeah,
Kill
that's
you.
crazy.
yeah.
That's
I
that's
can
They'll
crazy.
actually,
gaslight you. Use other
I can
races of
actually,
people against you.
Go
That's
ahead.
what they do.
Yeah.
yeah, because I had an ex that turned into a stalker, and like he threatened to kill me, and then he was like, no, I won't kill you, I'll kill your mother because that will hurt you more.
Oh,
So
that's just evil.
yeah, he was. And
Wow.
it's the level of threats and trauma that black women have to go through that people just don't realize that they have to go through, because a lot of black women, they don't tell they do not tell people what is going on with their lives, because they've basically been taught to shut up and keep moving. And
Wow.
it's like I have had very few relationships, but out of the relationships that I've had, only 2 have not had some type of trauma attached to it.
Wow.
Out of 5 boyfriends, 2 were not traumatic.
I wow, that's crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know who Irv Gotti is. I know who Ashanti is.
He's
But
a
I
record
would.
producer.
He's a record producer. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, that's crazy. And since a decade ago, what are these people doing? I just, are
I
they?
mean, I mean, they're not even. I mean, when I was in high school, they were really big. So this was over 20 years ago. So these
Yeah,
people now, they're like in their 40s now. So this is back in the day stuff. This is when I was Ashanti and Irv Gotti was big when I was in high school. That was like 20 years ago. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Is it my turn?
It
Mhm.
is.
Okay.
Go ahead, young
To
lady.
answer the question, white men. To answer back to the original question,
Uh huh.
I'm actually gonna get married to my man at 19, but white men treat you
Uh oh.
better, work with you better. That's not but they want to cooperate with you. They see a better future with you, and they actually they like want to they agree with you on some stuff. They don't pressure you to do some things. TMI, but saving myself for marriage, and my guy appreciate it. He's like, that's fine, that's beautiful. We're both Christian,
Nice.
so yeah. So he values that for me, and we share a lot of common interests with each other, and he always respect me. And if I need any help with something, he helps me. And even if it's not my guy, if I need help, there's always like a white guy that always wants to help me. They, even if you're not romantic with them, they want to help you. They want
Oh,
to, make sure you're good. So to answer the question, white men treat you better, in my opinion.
nice. Oh well, congratulations. And that's great that
Yeah,
he'll wait for you.
congratulations.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
That is character. That is, you know what? I mean, that's good because it'll be more meaningful in marriage. It'll be done the right way. You might say, and it means more. Seriously, when it comes to you know being intimate with each other, physically in a sexual way, it's so much better in marriage than with just multiple people. It really is. I know it's more meaningful. It's when you add love in there with it, it's so much better. Really.
Oh, sorry for the next person, sir, but Brent,
Yeah.
um, can I get like some advice on like marriage, etc.? I don't want to mess up mine.
Oh, do you want advice or you want to give advice?
No, I want to get advice.
Okay, about marriage?
Yeah, I'm gonna be married pretty soon.
Um, okay, how well, I mean you're going about it the right way. You're waiting for the physical till you're married. Um, you know, and you guys like at the same goals, family, children, you're both Christian, you say?
Yeah, we're both Christians, we're both conservatives. We both want like 3 kids. We both
Oh,
are good
okay.
with each other, family, etc.
All right. That's awesome. Um, all I would say, my advice would be is for both of you to love each other more than your problems. Okay? Just remember there's going to be times you get irritated at each other. There's going to be times you want to choke each other cuz people get on each other's nerves. Um it's going to happen. You're going to have your little arguments. Um But at the end of the day, just remember you love him more than any problems you have, and he should love you more than any problems you have. Um, Always put each other first, and when people come at you, when there's haters, cling to each other. And I would say, whenever you're struggling, embrace each other and pray to God. And just remember, you love each other more than any problem you have. If you can do that, your marriage will be awesome. Eh, um, you
Oh,
know,
thank you.
but that would be my advice. Um, you know, that's what worked for me and my wife. We just love each other, and whatever we went through, me and my wife have a tendency to embrace each other. Like it's and it just lifts each other up. Um, and as long as he's doing what he should as a man, um, provide and protect you and work hard to create a home for you. And it's like the man buys a house, but the woman perfects it. It's like the man provides and the woman just makes it better. Women and a good woman makes a man better than he is. She makes a home better than it is. Um, that's what women do. They take what a man gives her and she just makes it better. Um, and I
How do I not kill him? Because some things he do, I just want to kill him. Like he be using my blue magic, black girls or but he be using like my blue magic pomade a lot of time to put in his hair, even though he doesn't have my
what?
hair. So
Walk
yeah.
away, walk away.
What is that? I'm confused.
That's grease. That's hair grease.
Oh, he puts hair grease in his hair.
Yeah.
Um, well, white people have a different texture of hair. We don't really need that in our hair.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with him.
He's probably just being silly. Um, I mean, hey, white people, we got to wash our hair every day, and to add grease to it don't help it. It makes it worse. I mean, we got a different hair texture. I just, yeah, I don't know. Does he use it to style his hair, or what's he do, or is he just messing with you?
No, I think he's messing because every time he put it in his hair, piss me off. And when I come in
Oh,
his
okay.
room and I'm mad, he be doing these little like blow kisses faces, like some stuff like that.
He's flirting.
And
Yeah, he's flirting. I agree with
I
Afro
make you
Angelique.
mad because you know, for some reason guys like to make you mad and be like, but I like the look on your face when you get mad.
yeah, and plus I'm short, and so he always doing some jokes about, yeah, can you get this book? Can you get this book? And so I think he's playing with me.
He's flirting with you.
Okay, I'm sorry for. Go ahead, pro white male, Leisha. I'm sorry. It's your
Oh,
turn.
no problem. Hey, congratulations, young lady. You guys are doing right. You're going to be a good wife. I believe that, and sounds like you got a good man. If he's going to wait for you, that's
Thank you.
awesome. And God bless you. I pray you're both blessed and your relationship lasts for eternity. But you guys are doing it right. You're doing it better than most people. I'm just going to say that. That is good. But cling to each other and cling to your faith. Rely on God because you both need to. Me and my wife have lasted not because of us, but because we seek God's help all the time. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Put God first and love each other more than anything. Yeah. Hey, pro white leadership. J10 says, I want to do a panel with you in the future. You're on my frequency. Oh, hey, young lady, got a couple people want to do a panel with you. Hello?
You know, sometimes she drops out.
No,
Or walks away and comes back.
No, she's there. She's pro white leadership. Are you there?
I think she is asleep.
Okay, I'm trying to unmute her thing. Can't unmute the guest.
Sometimes she's doing multiple things while she's on panel. So.
Oh, okay.
Damn, no one want to do a panel with me? That's crazy.
I'll do a panel with you.
Okay.
Well, we're doing one now, but yeah, if you want to do one, hey. All right, pro white leadership. I'm trying to unmute your thing. Oh, she muted herself. Okay. I thought I might have accidentally muted. Okay. All right. So who's next? Be back. Oh, okay. Be back at the laptop. Okay. All right. Who's next? Afro Angelique?
I think this may be back on me.
Yeah, it's back on you, young lady.
Is it Candace's turn? Is Candace here?
Oh, Candace. Candace, I'm sorry. She's got a blank screen. Candace, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, do you want to go? I'm sorry. I overlooked you because I see pictures and your spot's blank, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to my picture, but okay. But no, is it who loves us more question again?
Yeah, I mean, just your opinion and why.
I think based on that's a tough one to answer, but I think based on the stats, I think it's white men.
Yeah.
And what I see with my own eyes, because I do live in a predominantly Black community, I know it's white men.
Yeah. And you know what? I believe that too. And it's not that I'm biased. It's just what I see. It's and I kind of bounce that against how I feel. And it's like, to me, it just seems like white men, and I know I'm like this, that it's easier for us to give women, to share our wealth, to share our, how can I say this? To share, what's it called? Wealth, our resources. There you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just seems like we do this easier. It's like, because since I've been married, and I'll be honest, my wife gets more of my resources than I do, and it's not that she takes it; it's because I give it to her because I love her. And she is more important than I am. And as a husband, that's how you're supposed to be. If you're the leader, your wife's more important and your kids are more important. And they will get more of your resources, which they should. And I think in our culture, it's easier for us to do this because we look at it a different way. Not saying black men won't share their resources with you. It just seems
They,
like we're more open to it.
can I chime in?
Yeah, go ahead.
They won't share their resources.
Okay.
They just won't. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say that they don't have any resources to share, first of all. And then the ones that do have resources definitely don't bring it back to us. Because I think the best way to look at it is just statistically. Because if you just ask a bunch of random black women, you're going to get a lot of worshipers, and they're going to make it seem like they're the best men in the world. And they're just not. They don't have resources to share. And the ones that do have it won't share it with you because guess what? They compete against black women. They definitely not bringing you back any of the resources to give to you because then they think you're going to have, you're going to outdo them. So no, they don't. It's okay to say that, Brett. You're not being racist by saying that black men don't have resources. We all know that. That's the problem.
I'm just saying, this is what I see. I think we're more. I think white men are more. They will share resources easier, and this is what I do know, and this is statistically true. White men will marry you more often than black men will, and
Absolutely.
they don't waste time at all. I proposed to my wife 2 months after I met her. No, seriously. And I was looking, going through YouTube, and I saw Candace Owen talk about her with her husband, and he proposed to her like 3 weeks after knowing her. I was like, "Dang, you're faster than I am." Um, but that's what we do.
He
Um,
beat you.
yeah, and that's what we do. I mean, in our culture, you know, when we go to college or we learn a trait, we get married right away. It's like that's what we do. It's in our culture. It's kind of built in. Not all of us, um, but it's just. And black men will admit this. Yeah, you guys do marry a lot quicker than we do. Um, we do. And ladies, you need to take note of this. And if you're single mothers, white men are more open to marrying you with children too, and the collective. I'm not going to say all will do it, but we're more open to it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of white men on TikTok expressing the fact that they took responsibility for their girlfriends' children when their black counterparts did not.
Mhm.
Well, I go into this again. I feel like that's something that I discussed about white men. They have a need to take. I said that before. They have a need to take care of women and children. There's something in them that has sympathy for women and children, and even if those are not their children, they'll still do right by them. There's something
Yeah,
in that's like that. It's just ingrained in who they are as men. They're
yeah.
not like black men. Black men won't even take care of their own children. 95% of the time. And if they do take care of somebody's kids, it's usually a non-black woman's child.
Mhm. I would say. Oh, let me give a shout out, Alexander Brandon. Thank you for the super chat, brother. White men do treat black women better. I mean it. Facts. Um, yeah, on the collective we do. I believe that. Um, but to go back to the children, um, I I've known a couple guys in the Army that have black wives that have black children. They take care of those children like their own. They just do it. You know, and I'm not saying all white men do this, but we do it more than, I would say, more than most other groups. We'll take on a woman and her children if we're in love with her. I mean, I would have done it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just the culture thing. We do sympathize for women and children. We do.
I was just gonna say, if you're the type who don't want to be like quote unquote claimed, don't go for white men. Like, do not go for them. They are very territorial and they're very touchy. Like, I like it, but if you're the type to be like, against PDA, white men will be doing that type of stuff. My guy usually put his hands around my waist. He's always grabbing my hand, like, the cute little hand thingy. Always putting like his hand around my neck, or be telling, "Hey, look, that's my fiance. Look, isn't she pretty? Look at my girl, she's pretty. Oh my God, my wife, etc." Like, they will literally brag to you, to everyone, and they will literally make it obvious that this is my woman. Do not come closer. So if you're the type to don't want it to be obvious, don't go for white men.
Yeah.
They'll make it obvious.
And you know what? When we get in that relationship with you and we have love for you, yeah, we're going to hug you a lot. We're going to be affectionate in that way. We just do that. You know what? I come home and I have my arms around my wife. I'll get off work, get a shower, jump on the couch. We'll watch TV. I'll grab a blanket and we'll just wrap up in a blanket and we'll just hug each other while we watch TV. We just do that. I don't know. It just, but yeah, I don't know if.
On that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just as I think that was Angelique. They said that. That's true. What you just said, that's a good point. I think it also just plays into the socialization. White men are socialized differently. They are socialized to be affectionate to their women, to show them love in public. It's normal. Black women are not used to that. So
They're
when
not.
when we get in relationship, I've never dated a white man, by the way. But I'm open to it. They just don't talk to me. So, I mean, they don't come up, and they don't do that in New York. That's a different topic. I'm not going to digress. But yeah, black women are not used to that. We're not used to the touchy, feely, because our men don't show us that kind of affection.
We're also not used to being protected because we have to protect ourselves. And dating a white man and dating a black man, if you ever get the opportunity to do that, it's like being in a totally different world.
I can imagine.
Because the way they treat you, the way they talk to you, the things that irritate black men, white men love. It's
right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I almost lost it.
Didn't I say that?
You are so right. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. Didn't I say if these two men get along, something is off with that? Didn't I tell you that? Something ain't right about that relationship.
Oh, I think we got a troll in here. Afro.
Oh, I love trolls. Where's the troll at?
I don't know if he's a troll.
They've already been dealt with.
Oh, has he? Or Afro Cuz TV?
You kicked him out? No. I love trolls.
No, because there's certain trolls that you don't want to have in because they just change the whole vibe of the entire collective, and then everybody's focusing on making them just focusing their anger towards that particular person, so it's not worth it.
Well,
what the hell did I stumble
usually
across?
when they're in the chat, they probably don't have no more liquor stores to rob, or have you probably ran out of black women to kill. So that usually happens.
Put her on timeout.
It's really what it is. I'm telling you, am I lying? That's why they're here. I mean, they probably ran out of all the liquor stores to rob, or
you are so mean.
I mean,
hey,
you're telling the truth.
Hey, Pro Leadership, let's go troll his channel. since he's coming
I
over
mean,
here.
I told you to let him on. I mean, he's coming over here because he probably ran out of liquor stores to rob, and there's probably no more black women or children to kill. So he's over here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's probably why he's here. I'm being honest. Okay. You guys think I'm lying. Okay.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
remaining neutral on
Yeah,
that topic.
I've been seeing a lot of them getting here talking about, oh, we need therapy for praising white men, etc. No, we don't. We know what we talking about. I love
let-
me a white man. I love me some vanilla and fudge. That's my favorite type of ice cream. I do. I love white. I can't deny it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he disappeared. Okay.
I didn't block the last one, so.
Hey, talk about worship. These guys say you're worshiping, ladies. You ought to see these Mishas. Oh my God, they blame black women for everything.
I mean,
Everything that goes wrong.
I worship. You're right. There's nothing wrong with worshiping men that's going to marry you and take care of your children. I mean,
Right.
absolutely. I'm worshiping, and that's less likely to kill you. You're absolutely right. I'm worshiping.
I am worshiping also.
Right.
I would worship a group of them that actually stay for their children, that marry me, that actually doesn't, belittle my features, my skin color, my blackness, doesn't fetishize me for being thick or whatever BS. Of course I worship. I'm worshiping, and plus I'm with one. I might as well. So what? When they worship white women, and what do people say? They don't say anything. Oh well, white men are masculine and dominant. Oh well, just like white women are feminine and submissive, right?
The shaming tactic is not working. So black worshipers, the shaming tactics don't work no more. Try it on somebody else.
Yeah.
This is the wrong group of women.
Hey, what I would say about you're saying that they don't approach you in New York, or I don't know what it's like, but
right. Go ahead, Brent. Sorry, ask your question.
No, I was saying I heard that. Oh, thanks, Alexander. Appreciate it, brother. Black men are haters. Black men who think like me are rare. Yeah. Hey, Alexander Brannon, he's a diamond in the rough. Really, he stands for.
Yeah,
he has character.
I told him he's actually lucky that he's still alive. Unfortunately, I have to say that he's still alive.
He's gonna be all right. I'm lucky too, but I'm packing, so it's all good. I live in the suburbs. We have nothing but well, YouTube. We got guns. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, he's different. He's got character. And that's amazing. And he sticks up for black women. That's a beautiful thing. And that's what black women need. They need men to stick up for them, to love them. And ladies, there are men of other races that are ready to love you. They're ready to be there for you. And really, my opinion, the only thing holding them back is black women. I believe that. But before I get off into that, what I was talking about, interracial dating and stuff, sometimes you have to be, I would say the best way to do that is go to like a diverse community. Some places it's easier to interracially date. Where I live, there was not a lot of black people, so black women, I had to kind of work at it. But when I lived out in California, it was easy. It was like I was like in heaven. There were black women that they'll date you. It's just a thing. They'll do it. Not to say they wouldn't do it where I lived. They did, but it just they were more open to it, you might say. Depending on where you live or where you're at, some places you'll see interracial relationships all over the place. And other places you'll hardly ever see it. So I think it has to do with where you're at and the people you're around. And diverse communities have more interracial relationships because they live together, they grow up together, and it's easier to do. The Lovings, when you look at Loving versus Virginia, the Lovings, why did they get married and fall in love? They grew up together in the same community. They had the same home. So they grew up together, they were friends, they fell in love. That's what people do. And when you have different groups of people get married. There, if you look at old documentaries, when it talked about segregation, the people that didn't want segregation, they always said they didn't want their kids playing together with black children. You know why? Because they knew that they would become friends, they would look at each other as equals, and they would end up getting married. And voila, that's happening. So if you want to get an interracial relationship, my recommendation is be where, the people you want to be with are. But sorry, I don't want to get carried away.
No, just to piggyback off of that, Brent. I live in New York City. We are one of the most diverse cities in the world.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, they just don't. I mean, you can that they like you. They how they look at you. It's certain things. A woman knows when a man is into her. You just know. But they don't. They're too shy.
Oh wow.
They won't come up and talk to you. And I'm a woman. I'm not gonna chase you. I'm not gonna. We like to be courted. Come and say something to us. And I think that's a lot. It doesn't matter where you are. White men are really, really, I don't know, resistant, I guess, when they see us out in public. But like I said, if you get on a dating app, you're flooded with messages from them.
Yeah. I think that's
they have to. Yeah.
That's the easiest way to do it. Interested observer, thanks for the super chat. And she said Alexander Brannon with hearts. Oh, that's sweet. Alexander Brannon, we love you, brother. Keep up your good work. Go ahead, Afro Angelique.
No, just Alexander is doing the most. He's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, he is. He's got a big heart. He cares. He's a good guy. Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. I am learning. The reason why I'm learning to divest is because I gotta go where I'm appreciated. And black men don't seem to appreciate me. They just seem to want to put me down and all this other foolishness. So it is what it is. And as far as the PDA is concerned, like I was never really a PDA person, and then I dated a white guy, and we were PDA all over the place. I didn't know PD, and I think at some point we were doing PDA just to piss people off. We were doing that.
I've done that.
Yeah, I've done that.
So
J10
it has its place.
Invite the troll up, Tony.
Oh, Tony came in. It was like, I've never heard black women talk this way, and who hurt you, and all this other foolishness.
Oh yeah,
you heard us.
Exactly.
You know what? That seems like a common thing because I got into, hey, someone did that. Who hurt you to me, and because and this was a while back. Somebody says, "Who hurt you?" Oh, thanks for the super sticker, Alexander. Hey, stop it, Alexander. You make me feel guilty. You need to get monetized so I could throw you some cash. Yeah. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about, ladies? I'm having a
the who hurt you comment.
Huh? Oh yeah, who hurt you? Yes. look, guys, that who hurt you thing, that seems like a common thing. And I was talking about how I love black women, how I've dated black women, I'm married to a black woman, and some black dude gave me a comment. Who hurt you? Who what? Who was the Becky that hurt you, that pushed you over to black women? And I thought nobody did, but that ain't true. There's one Becky that tore my heart out, that hurt me so bad,
Oh,
and it hurts me to this day. You want me to tell you who that is?
yeah.
Your mom?
My mom. See,
Wow.
yeah, we didn't have a mother-son relationship when I was, growing up. So, I mean, my parents were teenagers, so my dad took care of me, and I still had, I still have a relationship with my mother, but it's not like it should have been. And that's the one white woman that hurt me. I've never been into white women when it comes to dating and things like that. People say, well, you're weird. What's wrong with you? Well, I felt love from black women from that time. It was like black women kind of filled that void, and it kind of cut my path. And I thank God for that. Sometimes you get a blessing from a place of hurt. But it is what it is. But that really hurt me, because then I thought, oh, my mom, oh my God. And being the age I am now, I'm still hurt by it. And if you and I've talked to you guys about this, and but I just been blessed that my father was always there. Even though he was 19, he took care of me. He never left. He was, and he went from poverty to upper middle class, and he made it happen. And that's like my hero right there. But
Awesome.
anyway, I don't mean to get off topic, but
Can I ask a question, Brent?
yeah.
Is it true that white guys don't like hot sauce? Because I put hot sauce on everything. I put hot sauce on my pizza, my macaroni and cheese, my pasta, etc. And my guy's always like, "What is wrong with you?" And when I try to put it on his food, he's like, "No, that's too hot for me." And he said white guys don't like hot sauce. Is it
Hey,
true?
Tony. Hey, get therapy, sir. Yeah, I'm getting it right now with these beautiful young ladies. They're showing me love, and they're uplifting me. Yeah, so I'm getting my therapy. Thank you for your concern, Tony.
Tony, go peg yourself, Tony.
Yeah,
But you know what's funny? They always find themselves over in somewhere where black women are.
they do. And hey,
Tony, why are you here?
hey, Tony, let me give you some advice since you gave me advice. Tony.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Tony is here. Maybe, like I said, they're running out of black women to kill now. So they got to come over here. What are you talking about?
Hey, Tony, I'm going to give you an idea so you're not alone. Okay? Go get some
Send them the
scissors.
link.
Hey, you guys want me to bring them up? I don't know if
Yeah,
Absolutely. What you kidding me?
Yeah,
Brent, I
I wanna
guarantee you, Brent, he
yes,
won't come
yes.
up.
Will
Brent,
never
I
I
guarantee
want to
you.
have a talk with Tony.
Okay, I'll invite
He will
him
never
if you
come up.
guys want to.
Let me play
Brent, he's not
a
gonna come
special
up.
song for him. I'm Tony
Hey,
Tone.
Hey, Tony. I know you're alone tonight, brother.
His
Hey,
mammy left him.
I'll give you some advice. You told me to get
No more
therapy.
corner stores to rob.
Well, I think Tony's going to cut some holes in his pocket, so he has something to play with. But
Ooh, no.
That was a good one.
Okay, Tony, there's the link. Where you at? Come on, Tony.
He's not
I
coming up here.
guarantee you
And
he
just
won't
because
come
you
up.
have a black mother doesn't necessarily mean that you know how to treat black women.
Yeah.
He won't come up. He gonna
Mm-mm.
sit in the chat box and type.
Keyboard warrior.
Yep.
Who's this Afro Cuz TV? Hey, Afro Cuz. Hey, don't use the Lord's name in vain. Okay, seriously. I mean,
We don't roll like that over here.
who are these people that are coming over this space? They,
Wait, I want to
you know
know
what?
which Jesus? Jesus Christ, which one?
I
The
told
white
you
Jesus?
already.
White,
yeah,
are you
I'm
talking
getting
about white
out.
Jesus?
They came back.
Yeah, they love the white man as Jesus Christ, though.
And Tony, yes, he did, sir. Proudly.
Yeah, I served for 20 years. Well, over 20 years, yes. I have 4 combat deployments, Tony, yes. Any other questions?
See how respectful he got real quick. Sir, did you serve? Tony, come up. Just come up.
Well, the link's there if he wants to come up. If not, well,
it's not going to.
He's
Hey.
not.
Because it's easier to hide behind the keyboard than it is to actually face people that can respond.
yeah, this Afro Cuz TV either. I don't think he's coming up either.
They
But
just
the
trolling.
link's there. Yeah, they're trolling.
Mhm.
That's why
But
I hit delete because it's foolishness.
yeah, but hey, guess what?
Foolishness
Tony the
tolerance.
coward.
Huh?
Tony the coward. That's what somebody wrote in the chat. J10.
Oh, oh, and then here comes the troll bots.
Oh boy.
All right, Alexander, welcome. Good to see you, sir.
Alexander, I wanted to apologize to you if I was a little too harsh.
No, you're okay, pro white male leadership. You're okay, you know. Sometimes, you know, I wasn't offended at all, you know, and I understood what you said. And one thing about black men like Tony is this. What is he doing here in this space? I really don't get it.
I'm not gonna lie. I am drinking a beer, so maybe he thinks this is a liquor store. So maybe that's why he's here. I don't.
Oh, wow.
You know what it is? Hey, Tony loves my show. So does Afro Cuz TV. They love me. They're admiring me. They're like, man, this white zaddy's got it going on, and I love this guy, and I just gotta watch him and
Brent,
comment.
didn't I tell you? I'm telling you, they are always talking about you. They are in love with y'all. They are.
Yeah, I kind of feel violated. Like, hey, guy, back off. Shoot, I'm not that way. I said I love black women, not
Right.
black dudes. Okay.
Right,
Oh, wow.
not men.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, this you know, black, for some reason it's like black dudes are just, you know, they're obsessed with, you know, with all this race stuff. They can't even get over this race stuff. So that's why they have who they have as of right now, and who is their leader right now, and don't get me wrong, but why do they have to choose a basic Becky to be their leader in the black manosphere?
Oh, did they have a new leader? It's a white woman. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
that would definitely make sense because they want to be conquered. They really want to be conquered by you, Brent, but they'll settle for a white woman. That's really what it is.
Okay.
They want to be buck broken.
Okay. Let's not go there. I don't.
Just a joke.
It's
I
the
mean,
truth, Britt. It's the truth.
Okay.
I know it's
I'm just saying, you know, and for and I think Dang Dion says the only reason I'm good is because I have no choice. No. I've been this way. I've been this way ever since I was born. I actually like black women. Unlike Tony, yeah, unlike Tony, who comes to
Tony the
and,
type.
Tony the
and
Typhoon. Me.
Hey. Oh, so I served 20 years and acting like this on camera. What? Showing black women love? Oh yeah, I'm going to act like this all the time. And yeah, I served 20 years defending my country and everybody in it. And that includes black women. That includes you too, Tony. I fought for you, so stop. You know.
Majority of guys in the military are white men. So
and the thing of it is, Tony is disrespecting a veteran. I mean, I don't get how these black men think. They're up here going disrespect a veteran. Man, Tony need to go sit his whack behind down somewhere.
Facts. Say it again.
Have several fruits.
Tony is ballless. Yeah, I offered him to come up if he wanted to talk. He won't.
I thought he wasn't gonna come up because someone like that will never ever go where he knows he's going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll sit in the chat and just try to use these shaming tactics.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
they do.
I guess.
Above that and beyond that.
Yeah, I guess I'm wrong for showing black women love. I guess I'm wrong for competing for black women. I guess. Yeah. Okay, whatever. You know what? And here's the thing that's coming. Black men are going to have to compete for black women. It's coming. I mean, you've had free reign. They've been race loyal to you forever. I mean, you'll still have those pygmishas that are there for you.
Yeah,
But
the technicians and the mammies.
But
yeah,
black men don't want them though. Black men don't want them because
They don't
constantly,
want them.
exactly, they want the women on this panel and the women in chat that don't want them. They always go for women that don't want them because they know those pygmies and mammies, they're easy. They can be cleanup bees when they're done with the women that they really wanted. They're just there for making babies and making them single moms. That's all they're there for. Like when their true preferences leave them, black men will go to those type of women to be the cleanup maids. That's all. They swear they cute. They skip me's. That's what I call them.
Yep, that's so true. Who's talking, Katie?
Yes.
Oh, who just said that? Katie?
Me.
Oh yeah, I agree with you, Katie. I tell black women too that we are 3 type of queens to black men: come up, bust down, and fall back. That's the only type of queen that you're going to be to a black man: the come up queen, the bust down queen, and the fall back queen. And
wow.
black women, that's it. That's it. You're no other type of queen. You're not the queen that sits on the throne. You're never going to be that.
Right. There's no throne. There's
Right.
just nicotine. No, there's just black and mild.
Oh, J10 said, "How do trolls come across this channel?"
The algorithm.
The algorithm. They get recommendations. I get recommendations to manosphere channels and stuff. It's just in the algorithm. That my channel's out there and they'll see it. Even though they don't agree with it, they'll see it and some will come on and troll or
Shoot,
yeah.
they do the same on my channel as well. The difference is that I actually care for black women. The manosphere don't, and the the Misha certainly don't. Because if they did, they would be talking about the black women who are killed by black men and stop fear mongering. But they ain't going to do that because you have a big Misha by the name of uh, of Shay Sade who who is a big mammy for black men. And,
That's right. Call them out.
Hey, but
and then yeah, and then you have the Crimson Cure who is preaching all this hotep stuff. And the thing of it is the hoteps are no better. So what? So and then you have Melanie King over there. You know, and she actually went to get surgery on her face to get rid of her African features because I saw the before and after pictures of her.
oh wow.
I seen them.
Wow.
What? Oh man.
He just exposed all of them.
Yeah, you did. You went in on all of them.
I love it.
It's funny. Yeah, you got one that's like, try and be positive and bouncy. Well, yeah, the marriage rates ain't that good, but black men are the most. They walk on water. Yeah, and the marriage rates are low. It's not because they don't want to marry you. They all want to marry you. They're God-fearing virgins that walk on water. It's
Wait,
just
he's virgins?
no.
Hold on. Who said that?
No, I said that. I was
Being
just
funny.
I was being funny. I'm not. Yeah, that's not an actual quote. I'm just being funny. No, but they talk about these men are just such great men, just want to marry black women. But it's black women that are the problem because they're not doing better. It's like, and the Hotep queen or whatever she is, Big Mama Chin, she will go in on black women over the pregnancy rates, the out of birth pregnancy, and I'm like, how do black women do this by themselves? I mean, is this like a Virgin Mary thing that's going on here? I don't know about that. They're just getting pregnant.
Right.
I just
all of a sudden waking up with babies in our stomach.
Yeah, or are they just pump and dumping these righteous dudes that want to be good husbands and fathers? I mean, and it's funny because they'll say, well, most black men are good men and stuff, and I'm not going in on black men, but they'll say that there's only a few of them that are impregnating black women that have the highest pregnancy rate, right, out of wedlock rate, and they blame women. It's the craziest thing. It's like it takes two. The man has to engage in sexual activity to create this pregnancy, right? Or maybe
no, you're absolutely right. Men impregnate women.
Yes, but they say it's only a few, but there's so many out of birth pregnant black women. How do they? These guys must be busy. I mean, and they're going out impregnating white women and Asian and all this. I mean, how do these guys get rest? Huh?
They're spreading their foolishness.
No, but I'm just saying it's just like they don't hold men accountable. That's what it is. And to be fair, hey, men across the board right now are garbage. I'm going to just say it. Most of them are not doing what they should be as men, being husbands and fathers. Seriously. We got a problem in this country we need to fix as men. But they create so many excuses for them. And I'm like, how can these men compete when you're babying them, when you're telling them it's not their fault, when you're telling them they're the best ever? And
sorry, can I look?
yeah, go ahead.
Black men are showing their butts, and they're doing it, and now they're doing it internationally. And so, if they keep on in this vein of, you know, tapping stuff and leaving behind and leaving kids everywhere because Papa was a Rolling Stone, they're gonna be persona non grata everywhere.
Mhm. I mean, it's already happening across, you know, across seas, you know, and the main thing of it is that when you have black men who think like that, and you have a few black men who think like I do, then that alone by itself means you're gonna have to die down. Do not you know, be tricked or fear mongered, because you know, all the murders and all the abuse and all of the R wording that goes on in the black community, and that's the majority of black men who is doing that. And that's something that the black community doesn't even want to get out and get out. And so the mamas will be telling them to, telling their daughters to keep quiet, and then they'll blame their daughters if they're R worded. It's kind of sad, really, because when you actually uh, when you actually think, you know, like that, it's really sad. Tony, go sit your oh, I was go sit your corny behind down, bro. Okay.
He says that
because you have no room to talk, Tony.
Right.
You have zero
but,
room
Wait,
to
Tony's
talk.
still here?
yeah, I tried to get him up. He didn't want to come.
Oh, he's not coming.
His
Yeah, he
personal
says,
Wi-Fi.
hey,
His
look what he
personal
said.
Wi-Fi is not good right now.
Even if we said we would all mute ourselves and let him have the floor, he still wouldn't come up here.
Yeah. He
I'm
says
not muting for you, Tony.
Roadrunner 89 net. You know better than this. To my black queens. There's that queen word again.
There we go.
I love you. I love you, but you all need to get help. Roadrunner, look me up. 2929. You should
No,
be
you're not
ashamed.
doing it right,
Whatever.
Brett, you're not doing it right. You need to have it in the dusty voice. Roadrunner 89, you know better than this. To my black queens, I love you, but y'all need to get help. Roadrunner
We
89,
can
look
hear
me
your help,
up.
Tony.
The dusty voice.
This guy's probably. Hey,
Wait, I think somebody's talking.
no, I was going to say.
You can go, Brent. You can.
Okay, I was just going to tell this loser Tony. You know what? No, I shouldn't be ashamed. I should be proud of what I'm doing, Tony.
I mean, I'm not into this all him sending statements. Why won't he come up and talk?
He's afraid.
He's a coward. He's not gonna come.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them are, pretty much. Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry.
Man.
I don't mean to keep interrupting. I gotta thank you for the super chat. How to approach shy white men. Well,
And listen, you don't, honey. If they don't approach you,
Yeah, I mean you can,
No.
but it's kind of
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know
No.
about that one.
The,
Some
the
women will do it.
thing about the thing about this is, look, if a man needs to approach you, because you can approach a man, but you will never fully know if he truly liked you or he just was flattered by the fact that a woman approached him. So if he approaches you, you know that he really wants to talk to you, that he's attracted to you. So you should let him make the first approach.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
But what you can do is, I mean, you can give them the eye and kind of, give them like a little grin, or
Brent,
Eye
that don't
contact
work.
Do,
as well.
Brent, that don't
do a
work. I've
little
tried
wink. Do a
that
little
don't
wink,
work.
wink.
Oh, okay.
that. No, no. They
I mean,
care a lot about what their women think. That's
I've
what I
heard
think the biggest
guys,
problem is.
I've heard guys be like, "Oh, it's kind of attractive when the girl do it," because it's like they be like, "Well, majority of guys, we get rejected, and so it would be nice if the girl ask us out, show we're interested." But that's them. I don't ask guys out; they
Yeah,
do to me.
yeah. You know what though? But here's the thing. This is what always encouraged me to make my move, and this is when I would do it when I got eye contact, or she would just say a couple words. I just feel like, okay. I don't know. I would get the hint, and I would pursue. Um, because
But yeah,
usually women don't do that. They don't usually. I don't know. It's
I think, Brent, can I chime in? I
Yeah.
think
Go
like
ahead.
when you met your wife,
Hmm.
back then, you said you've been married for over 20 something years, right?
Over 28 years. Yeah.
Almost 30 years. So think about the
Yeah.
times back then. It wasn't a lot of interracial marriages, right? Or
Yeah. There wasn't. Yeah.
right. And so eye contact probably worked back then. But now fast forward 2022, different era, different group of people, dynamics are different. The, the eye contact, the little smirk, and it doesn't work.
Mm.
I can't say that.
Well,
I,
you're right. Let me rephrase that. It hasn't worked for me. Let me just put it on me. I can't speak for all Black women. Thank you for correcting that.
Well, you have to also consider the fact that when it comes to black women, like if you're lucky, you're lucky. But like a majority, black women get like ignored more when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to like other races of women who would get more replies, even in person or in dating apps. Black women get ignored more. And I think it's because some guys think, nah, they're not interested. But yeah, you have to consider that fact also plays a part. As a black woman, you have the chances of you being ignored is very high compared to other women.
You mean when you approach somebody? Like, what do you
No,
mean?
if you're the person in real life, if you're not the type to like go approach a guy, or if you're not that type to text a guy first, the chances of, as a black woman, the guy's not going to come to you or he's not going to text you first. There's a higher chance of that. You're simply going to be ignored compared to other races of women.
yeah. Hey, Dion, um, had a super chat. How do I make myself more approachable?
Uh,
Besides, um,
uh
Besides
Smile.
smiling. Well,
you
I
you
think that's
know,
what she
yeah,
put.
I
Besides
hey
yeah.
smiling. Yeah, I mean, at some
hey
point you start to feel stupid. Like,
here's what always turned me on about black women, and it's how you carry yourself. Yeah, how you dress. The professional black woman is the most attractive woman alive, really, seriously. When black women have it together and they're confident but approachable, what I mean is you're confident, you can feel it, but you got a positive vibe about yourself. You're like, you have a smile, it's like you're positive. Like, men feel like they could talk to you. Um and this is attractive because confident professional women we're attracted to. And I tell you, I've seen black women that fit that, and they didn't have to be the most attractive women there. They could just be, it just something about black women, how they carry themselves, how they dress, and when they're confident, there's nothing like it. It's like, I mean, I remember trying to approach a woman when I was a teenager because I was turned on because she was professional and she just had it together. It was like, and look, this happened. I had a friend that lived on an Air Force base, right? We went on, and there was this black woman there, and she was at the gate, and she was in her uniform. She had it. It just everything was in place, and the way she conducted herself was so professional. I mean, I fell in love right there because there's just something about that. And I think when black women display that, it attracts men. Um, and
And
it always did me. I mean, and I remember I was with my friend, and he said, "Well, she don't really look all that good. She just it didn't matter. It was just how she carried herself. It just, I mean,
yeah, and also what I notice is that guys like a woman that is less on their phone. Like if you're walking and you're constantly on your phone, etc., some guys will not be attracted to that. You know, if you're the type to, because this is how I am, and other women I've seen, this is how they are, and etc. Like when you're not constantly on your phone, like your face is on the phone, walking, etc., you won't see when someone's attracted to her. They'll probably be like, "Oh, she looked like she's a red sign, like a red flag." Like maybe put your phone down for like a few seconds, walk around, use some of your feminine instincts. Like if you're by a bush or like some flowers and trees, maybe touch them a little bit, smell them, or someone's walking by you, wave like very sweetly, etc. Some men will think, "Oh my God, she looks nice. She looks, she's the type to get along. I can approach her easily. Don't look like
yeah,
you're stuck up. You know."
yeah. That's a good point because if other men could come up and talk to you, and that don't mean you're interested in them, you're just friendly, and other men that see that, and these might be the men you're interested in, and if they feel confident, that's confidence is everything. And when you're positive and you seem like you're approachable, that's when men make their move. Um,
Well, let me chime in. I guess I'm a New Yorker. I live in New York, so I guess we
uh-huh,
we move a little bit differently
yeah,
than most people. I think if you know anything about New Yorkers, we are the most confident. Sometimes too confident. It reads as arrogance, but it's not. But I know that may not work in New York.
That's me.
I think
I'm from New York. I'm from Long Island, New York.
I'm from Brooklyn. Long Island is totally different. Totally different vibe than the city. So that's
I know.
totally
I
different.
know.
Yeah, but what I was about to say is that certain things, and like you said, you're right. There are certain ways you have to move depending on where you're from. But like
yeah,
I
But
said,
we're still wild over here.
I'm sorry.
We
Was
we
somebody
is
saying
just
something?
as wild as y'all in Brooklyn and Bronx. So don't get it twisted.
No, sweetie. I'm
Oh
not getting
shoot.
anything twisted.
oh, okay,
The point I'm trying to make is that people move differently in different states and cities. Certain
mm,
things work for
Do
different
it.
men down there because they're socialized different. It may not work in certain areas. So that's all I'm saying. I
yeah.
ain't
Oh,
getting nothing
that's
twisted,
true.
sweetie.
I think so. We move. I've never been to New York, but I know we move a lot different than people from New York. New York,
Right.
they're at a faster pace than we are.
Much faster.
In
Yeah.
California too. In LA, there it's much quicker. Um, but
And whoever said
Yeah, in
don't get it twisted,
Florida,
what do you mean by that?
guys, let's
Who's
not, let's
making
not,
a point?
what's that?
guys,
No, I was just
let's
wondering.
not do that.
I
What
was
are we
just
doing?
wondering
No, I
what's
thought there was gonna
happening.
be a cat fight.
Oh
A
no,
cat
no,
fight?
no.
No, honey. I would never fight with a black woman on here. Sometimes we just misunderstand, so I just had to repeat myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm not here to
I'm
fight with a black
sorry.
woman.
We got some side chatter about Long Island and all this other stuff in the chat.
Yeah,
Oh, in
there's
the
a big
chat.
New York
Oh,
fight.
Yeah,
okay.
they already know Long Island is totally different from New York City. Let's
Yeah,
be real.
let's not have a in-state rivalry. with, uh,
No,
We
somebody
talked
said talk
about
about
this.
Long Island wild, killing
uh,
me. Exactly, Long Island is not wild.
yeah, but
It's not.
I mean that I think I think you got to be strategic, making yourself approachable though. Ladies, you know how to dress. You know you're beautiful. Um, just be you and be confident. It's about confidence, but not confidence to where you think you're better or you confidence where you got it together, but you're approachable. You know, you can be confident and not have a big head. You can be confident and have humility too. I mean, just you can feel the confidence, but when you're approachable, that makes it even more attractive.
But I think, in fairness, Black women who are successful and doing what they need to do, who dress well, we are approachable. But let's be real. White men don't approach us like that.
They don't think you're interested in them.
But
Because
I don't.
majority of black women are always talking about how they prefer black men only. So to an
Yeah,
average white guy, he thinks you're probably like in the 90% of black women that think like that. So you
yeah,
need
that
to at
Right.
least give him a sign, like smile or wave, or just be in sync with your surroundings.
Well, again, I feel like that's putting the burden on the Black woman again in this situation. No, they
it
need to.
is.
In this
That's
case,
not
it
fair to
is
Black
the
women.
burden. In
That
this
is,
case, it is
but I don't
kind
think
of.
But hold on, let me finish. I don't think that that's fair to say that Black women need to do all these things. What I'm telling you, I'm doing these things. The men here in
Yeah,
New York are just not. Well, it's been my experience. Let me speak. I'm speaking on my own experience.
yeah,
Oh, I
So,
understand. Not to
yeah.
say like it's kind of like the burden on black women, but it technically is kind of like it may not be your fault that majority of black women act like it, right? You're like probably in the minority and you're individual, etc. But it's just like I see like white men are just men overall. Like a lot of time when they're talking, they're just men. They don't really care about race, etc. Unless some of them want like obsessed with kids and want kids to look like them, but a lot of them just are men nowadays. They just say, I just like a woman for her, right? But what I notice is many white guys fear rejection because they're men, and men fear rejection because they're egos, etc.
hmm,
So, and then when they have this message of majority of the time black women saying, I only like black men, it's not your fault. Like I said, you're an individual, you're a minority. But to some white men, they don't want to like think, is she different? Is she this and this and that? They're probably rejected by many black women before you. So they probably will think,
yeah,
they define it. Sadly, it's not your fault, but it's just how they're
No,
wired.
you're right. I'm not taking it as my fault, but I know the lady that made the comment. Obviously, she's having the same issue. I think it's a
yeah.
confidence thing when it comes to the white man. It is a confidence thing. I
It
think they
is.
are a little bit afraid to approach Black women because they go off these stereotypes and whatever else that they may think in their heads. But I think for women like myself, I'm just not the type of woman that's going to go and approach a man. That's never been my style. If
Yeah,
you're interested in me, I'm going to keep myself the way that I am. But if you're interested in me, then you can approach me. Like I said, if I'm on a dating app, flooded with messages.
Yeah,
Flooded.
but there's different ways. There's different ways of approaching men. I mean, there's a feminine way of approaching men. So you can approach a man without really approaching him because you're a woman. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but you could just
Yeah.
No,
let him know
I'm not
that you're
following.
interested.
Yeah.
No.
I don't.
Before I was
You could.
single, like in Florida, there's a lot of single like men here and white men. And I know a lot of them are very open to black women. They're very interested,
I
etc.
have
They
three
don't care at
properties in
all.
Florida,
And
so I have three properties in Florida.
But see, in Florida,
So
it's totally different. If I
Yeah,
can't,
like if
yeah,
you come to Florida, like the white men will literally outright tell you you're beautiful as hell. Like one
yes,
literally told me, he's like, I can't stop looking at you because I think you're very beautiful, and I had to tell him that I'm actually taken. But
Oh,
before I was like dating my guy and I was running, I didn't approach a man, but many white men were like looking at me, etc. And then all I did was give them a feminist stare, just like do that little, cute little eye thingy, like a little eye look from the shoulder, and just keep walking. I didn't have to approach them. It creates a chase for them, and many of them were literally trying to get my number. So you could approach him without actually approaching him, but kind of showing you're interested.
yeah. Hey, I wanted to put this comment up here, and this is the truth. I I honor black women, I do, but I'm not a dating coach, and that's true. I'm not. Um, I can give advice, but all I can tell you is what worked for me and what I observe. Um, that's it. Um, but I do honor black women. I love black women. I think black women are amazing. Black women are awesome. And I think the reason we don't get together, black women, white men, as much is there's those barriers, those stereotypes. A lot of white men think black women aren't interested because we hear that black women say they'll only go with black men and ride and die and all this stuff. And that's not all black women. That's just the individuals that feel this way. And I would tell white men, you know what? What the time I was most successful is when I just approached. Yeah, I got rejected and you will get rejected, but that's when you have success too. Black women, I think most black women are reasonable. If if you're a good man and you approach her the right way, I think she'll give you a chance. Most black women will, um, unless she's just not attracted to you. But I mean, if she has some sort of attraction to you, you have a chance. She'll give you a chance. I think black women are reasonable. I think they're. I don't think they're all race loyal and just waiting to kick you to the curb. No, some will, but usually black women, if you show them love, you're going to get love back. You know what I mean? I believe that. So just approach, just do it. And men have no excuse. You're supposed to approach anyway.
because
Black women, I don't I don't know how to. I got ideas to help you, but I don't have the answer. I don't have the secret formula. I wish I did, but you can figure it out just being strategic. Um, Talking to other women that have been in interracial relationships. How did they meet their husband or their fiance or whatever? What worked? How what did she do to catch his eye? You know.
Oh, yeah, not for interracial relationship per se, but like I would try to have white or other races of women as acquaintances because they be doing that a
Yes.
lot of how to, get into black culture and get the interest of black men. So if you want the interest of white men, I would say you get some white women as acquaintances, take some steps, white women and Asian women, etc., who actually have the certain type of men you desire as partners, right? Take some notes, learn from how they are, but don't make it obvious. It'll benefit you a lot. I have a white girlfriend, a white gal friend, and it teaches me a lot about white men and how they move. So that's
Yeah.
just a little step.
That's a great point. And I know I made a video. I told black women become friends with Becky because get in that friendship circle because Becky has Brads for brothers, cousins in her friendship circle. And I'm not saying be besties forever. I'm just saying, you know what? You get to be her friend. She might, you know, it might lead to, a relationship later on. And she, if you're good friends, she'll probably tell you the ones to stay away from, the ones that are good men, the ones that have, you know, just saying. But then she might be threatened and in competition with you too. So be on your toes. Um, but yeah, that's a good point. I mean, look, when I was a teenager and before I got married, I had black friends that, and I used that as a source of getting close to black women because you know what? That don't mean I have that, and that don't mean you have to be with Becky and be like her. Just be a friend. Just saying that's a way. Friendship circles, the group you hang out with. Yeah, drop the handkerchief. We'll
Oh,
chase.
dang, Dion had asked why do why do white men ask have you ever been with a white guy? And she gets a lot of this because uh it makes them feel comfortable. If you're the type to say I've always been with like black guys and then they're your first white guy, they'll probably be uncomfortable and their ego may be smashed because they're like, dang, she's around white black guys. I heard they got this, I heard they got that. And they always feel like they have to be like a black guy, not exactly be like a black guy, but try to compete and be better than the black guys you dated. Like if you're the type to like, yeah, I've been with white guys, they'll be comfortable because they know that okay, you're probably used to how they are, etc. You know, before my guy, my man, I was with a few white guys, and I told him that, and then he felt more comfortable. You know, and he told me about having an ex that's been with black guys, and he's always been insecure and always wanted to, you know, be like the exes she had. So they ask you because it makes them feel comfortable and assured and they can be themselves, less insecurity. They don't have to worry about the stereotypical, imaginary, mythical BBC and etc. So that's why they ask you.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I'm
oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
there's a lot of requests for you to drop the link. I just thought I would tell you.
Oh, is there some more people want to come up? Okay, I'll drop it. Sorry, I'm not. I'm slow with the chat. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Um,
I keep an eye on it for you.
I appreciate it. Um, but that's a good point. And you know what? Men will feel more comfortable. I know when I was dating this one girl back in the day, I found out she liked white guys, and that just it boosted my confidence. And just it's just a psychological thing. Um, did it go up there?
Yes, it's up there twice, so you're good.
Oh, okay. I'll put
I'm
it up
gonna
there.
I'm gonna copy it. So
There it
if
is.
I can put it back up
Yeah, I
there.
did put it twice right after the other. Uh,
But can
someone's
I just wanna make a
yeah.
side comment? Anybody that wants to ask Brennan a question, type it in all caps so that he can see it, and that way he can either somebody on the panel or he can see it, and we can ask the question.
Mhm. Okay. Insecure males. Yeah, don't baby us, ladies. All right, there's the link. Yeah, the link's up there. So come on up. Faberton, welcome to the
Yeah,
show.
Fiberton. Everybody says Fibber all the time. It's Fiber.
Oh, okay. Fiberton.
Wait, is this the white man?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Oh, okay. You
I
were
am.
on Alexander's show last night, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. All right. Welcome to the panel. Good to see you.
Yep. I'm not sure what I have to add.
Oh, okay. Well, our original our topic tonight, we drift a lot, but it kind of circles around what we're talking about. We were the topic tonight was men that have relationships with black women. Who loves them more, white men or black men? Who loves black women more? Out of the ones that will date black women that want to have a relationship.
Well,
And
I think that it's obvious because I grew up in a black community when I was really young, so I seen a lot of
okay.
riffraff and bad things.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
White guys
Yeah.
tend not to beat their women, so just
Yeah.
saying, not to start anything.
Yeah.
What he said? What did he say? I can't hear anything.
Oh, you didn't hear
Oh,
it? No,
really? You can't hear me?
he says white men tend not to beat their women.
Oh,
That's a very true thing. That's out of all races of men, white men have the lowest globally, the lowest rate. They have the lowest rate of abusing women, but they have a very high rate of murdering men.
oh yeah, and there was this divorce study. Like I'm always searching up divorce and giving people
They go
links.
after men. They don't go after women and children.
A majority of divorces that I read in this like study said that when like there's 80% divorce rate with black women and black men, and when I tried to go down the rabbit hole, one of the biggest reasons was because of um AB and DV/DV, but the man's doing it to the woman. So yeah, AB, like I can't say the word because YouTube, but
Yeah.
touching and the bad way on the wife. The husband tends to do it. The black husband tends to do it to their wife, which caused divorce a lot.
Is my mic too low? People can't hear me?
Yeah.
You're saying? That's weird.
I can hear you. I don't know. Maybe this.
I mean, I can hear him perfectly. It, yeah, and to add to Fibberton's point, I even seen where where white men don't beat on their wives also because here's the thing, when they I notice when y'all tend to get women to get the black women, you tend to easily, you know you tend to easily, I lost my train of thought, my friend.
I think it also goes across the classes as well, because depending on where you are class wise will determine what kind of abuse it is sometimes, because it's just you hear more so beating happening in lower classes, and I mean it happens across it all, but
Yeah.
the statistics, it's going to be in lower classes.
Well, maybe because there's more stress with money and stuff, and what I would say about white men not beating our women. Now, there's some that do, but in our culture, and I remember I was like 3 years old, I think I was, and I was in the sandbox, right? And I remember this little girl, and the neighborhood kids were over there. This little girl pulled my hair, right? So I pushed her. Hey, my dad saw this. He took me inside and beat my butt, and he says, "You do not hit girls. You don't do that." And when I was little, but she pulled my hair. What? No, you don't do that. And when I was little, you don't understand that. But as I grew up, and I was in a situation where I was living with this woman, and she got violent, she would get mad, and she would hit me, right? I never laid a finger on her. And here's the thing, because it was drilled into me, you don't hit girls, right? We're taught that as boys. When we grow up to men, there's a reason. Now, she would do this to me, and I never laid hands on her. I mean, I would just take it and leave. Okay? And here's the thing. It protected her, and it protected me. Number one, if I would have retaliated, I could have hurt her bad, right? Who knows what could have happened? Now, I did get mad and break things, but I never touched her. And it protected her. And it protected me, because what if I did hit her? I could have hurt her real bad, or I could have ended up in prison. Either way, it don't go out good. Yeah, she hit me, but I'm a man. She can't overpower me, so I can leave. You know, but we don't touch women because we're stronger than women. We could really hurt women as men. That's why we're taught not to do this. And yeah, even when it's not fair, even when she hits you and she shouldn't have, you still don't touch her. We're supposed to protect women, not fight women. And that, I think that's where our society's messed up. We don't protect women. And I think white men in general, not all, but I think we have a thing where we've been raised to protect women. And, you know, but anyway, I can.
Sadly, I remember just at 12 years old, because I was more of a tomboy at that time, and I didn't want to, do the the traditional housework like cooking, cleaning. My own mother, and oh my God, we all know, because I talked about her, we all know how my mother is and how horrible she is. But she told me just at 12 that if I do not come and know how to cook, etc. And plus, she's a mammy. She's obsessed with black love. She wants me to be with a black man, and she hates my fiance because he's white. But at 12 years old, she literally told me if I do not know how to cook, that my husband will literally beat me, and he have all rights to do so. And it really scarred me. But I learned to cook not because of that fear, but because it's common sense to look out for myself, etc. And but it really hurts for my own mother. And also it's really funny that in their early years of marriage, my dad used to touch her. And so like she think it's normal. She think it's normal to do that. And now she's teaching her daughter to do it. Trauma from black mothers to their daughters to be okay with that type of lifestyle when it comes to dating a black guy. And it's hurtful. And it's hurtful. And just reciting that back to like you guys or my fiance, he'd say that's crazy. She's an awful mother, and no man should be hitting a woman. So, yeah, that's crazy.
I wanted to say
Yeah.
something on, you know, black male identified black women that are mothers. They, listen, they are, I don't know how to really explain it, but they hate their black daughters because they're so black male identified. I can't. It's sad. It's really sad.
One of the things, the reasons why men should not hit women ever, is that a female may have her testosterone level between 15 and 70 nanograms per deciliter compared to a male who has 360 to 1,000 nanograms per deciliter through their life. That's a huge difference. Just when they say, well, there's no difference between a male and female, really? Or really?
No, there's a big difference. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Try to have them do push-ups or pull-ups. Most women can't do push-ups. It's a scientific fact. Most, it's like 90-something% can't.
Let's see. That's that one.
So I should be louder now, right? I'm louder.
Yeah, you're
I-
loud.
All right.
Yeah, I could hear you okay.
All right.
We're just marinating. That's all.
Oh yeah.
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 The type of trauma that a black mother, there's some good black mothers, but the toxic, worshipers, the black male worshipers can do to your brain, and added to the fact my mother is a colorist and she's very misogynistic. Like, she's always the type to be like, you can't do this because you're a girl. Like, if I want friends and my brothers are out with their friends, and I'm like, why can't I be out with my friends? She's like, because you're a girl, you're supposed to be home knitting, cooking, and cleaning, and you have no business being outside with friends. And she's like, she literally told me to kiss my man's feet, like, literally.
What? Literally?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In our culture, there's this thing in our culture, whereas, like, as soon as a person, like a woman, is married, she should kiss her husband's feet. Like, that's the first thing she should do. And and then, but the funny part is that, when she was trying to hook me up with like a black guy, she's like, I should kiss his feet, even though he wasn't my husband. But now that I'm with my man, I'm not kissing his feet. I'm not kissing his feet, even if we're married. She's like, you have no rights to be kissing his feet. And then I'm like, but you wanted me to kiss a guy's feet that's not even close to my husband or fiance. And she's like, that's different. He's black. And
wow.
Oh my God.
What culture is this?
What?
Katie, what culture is this?
I'm Haitian.
Oh, Haitian. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
so Caribbean culture is very crazy with like marriage ideas and quote unquote serving your husband or man. So yeah.
That is crazy.
Oh my gosh, she is a colorist. She don't like dark skinned women. She only likes light skinned women. Yeah, she prays lighter skin. And she's like, even if I don't like your guy, I know you guys will be making some cute light skinned babies.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I blocked her though. We don't talk anymore.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. But sometimes when things get toxic, you have to do what's best for you.
Yep. Oh man. It's getting late, guys.
Yeah, I was about to go to sleep right now. Thank you, Brent, for having me on here. Thank you, chat, for the
You
trolls.
going to bed now?
Yeah, I'm an old lady. I'm getting old, but
old.
No, don't even claim that.
No, Brent and I are getting old. You're not old.
Yeah,
I'm almost there.
I'm you to get
Although
30
Brent's
before
older
you
than
say
I.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
I'm the
about to
oldest.
get the hey. Good night, you guys. Thank you for having me on, Brent. Thank you for sharing Black women love. I love
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Afro. And bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Hey, thanks for coming on. And yeah, that was awesome. I'm gonna have to close this up, guys. I got a big day tomorrow. Hey, I'm gonna have a show tomorrow night, and we're going to try this Swirl to Investment Academy. This is where we're going to have a show, and we're going to talk about how to interracially date. And we're going to come up with ideas, being strategic. And I would like to get. I know there's some women that want to talk on this, that are in interracial relationships, interracial marriages. I would love to have a guy talk about it that's been in an interracial relationship, and how they came
Navigating the
together.
minefield.
Yeah. Because what I'm trying to do, and look, this ain't a professional dating thing at all. This is just us coming together and talking about it, coming up with ideas, being strategic. Sometimes you don't have to know what to do to figure it out. If you're strategic and you go for it. But I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to try this because a lot of you ladies have asked me, how do I interracially date? How do I catch his eye? How do and I'm being honest. I don't have the answers for that. I got ideas on how you can be successful, but I think the best thing to do is just come up with a plan, talk to other people. That's where you get knowledge. And we all have our ideas, right? And some of the ladies on the panel are in interracial relationships, and it's easy for them because maybe where they live, they're in a diverse community where they can interracially date, no problem. Some other ladies, they don't have that. They don't know what to do, and getting out of that comfort zone. But that's what we're going to do tomorrow. And
Yeah.
go ahead.
J10 wants to know if you're doing a prayer meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too. That's going to be in between. I don't have times for all this stuff, but yeah, I'm going to do one. I need to have a prayer meeting, but I'm going to have the show also. The show will be in the evening. Prayer meeting will probably be a little bit earlier, but I want to put some videos together. I want to get a format going, and then I want to have a private stream too. I would like to have a private stream where men and women could come in and talk to each other like we're doing now, but without YouTube watching us. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like on a Zoom or something.
Yeah, on a Zoom or something.
Yeah, I sent you an email on that.
And
I mean, and well, I'm doing a live at one in the afternoon. So
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably won't get started till after 1. I got a lot of work to do for what I want to do. And this is a trial thing, guys. This is just something an idea I have, and you guys can help me perfect it. But what I want to do is give people ideas how they can do this, and for the ladies, in a safe way. Don't go into communities that you're not familiar with by yourself. Don't do that. Make sure you're with people you can trust, and there's a way about going about interracial dating and stuff. It's happening more and more. Okay, but we got to get out of that comfort zone. Black women, white men, we both do. We got to get over those stereotypes, those generalizations, and that's what this show that I'm going to do, that's what I want to accomplish. Okay. And like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm not a dating coach. I'm just an everyday guy. I've been married for over 28 years, so I have success in the marriage area, when it comes to interracial marriage. So I do have that, and I can share what works for me. My wife Sandy can share with you ladies, her experience. And that's what I want. And I want women to speak. I'm going to have two categories. I'm going to have, where we have guy talk. If there's men on there, they want to talk, tell our perspective. And then the ladies' corner, where ladies, you tell your perspective. And it's aimed at women because how to put yourself out there as a woman. You learn from a woman, right? I could tell you what I think you should do or what might work, but women that have a track record of this would be more helpful. It's something I want to do to help you, but it's like a self-help thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, question
But
for is it going to be like these single people or are they in
no,
relationships?
um, it's to help single people, but it's not just exclusively for single people. It's just we're going to come in and share ideas. We're going to talk about being strategic. We're going to talk about how we can approach, how men can approach black women, and how black women can, be noticed, and how we can come together. We'll talk about friendship circles. We'll talk about events you can go to. Um, just ideas. That's what it is. And it's not just for single people, it's to help single people. But, I just want to put this together. And then when we get a good group of men and women, I want to have a private stream where we could talk. You guys can talk back and forth. And you don't have to cam up, it can be just an avatar thing. And you know what I mean? That's just some ideas I come up with. If you guys have something you think would be good to add to it, I'm all ears. Um, you know, but this is just like I want it to be like a self-paced thing where we come up with ideas and there's things we can do. The friendship circle is a good idea. Everybody, you're around people all the time, right? There's sporting events, there's church events, right? Um,
The
who's in your
gym.
friendship circle? The gym. That gym is a great place.
Oh yeah.
Um, you're working out. Ladies, get out of your comfort zone. Go to a country club and go line dancing. If you're in the white guys, they'll be happy to show you how to do it. Believe me. Um, that's an idea. Um, but like I
But if
said,
you're
go
gonna go
with
to the gym, not to interrupt you, I didn't
yeah.
mean to
Go ahead.
interrupt, is that if
No,
you're
go
gonna
ahead.
go to the gym, ladies, you want to go to a gym that caters to males, not this 24-hour fitness where all the ladies doing their yoga and all that. You want to go to like a Gold's Gym or something like that, where it's predominantly males, because
Mm.
the more men there, the higher probability.
Hey, Brent, somebody put put in the chat. Somebody said ice skating,
Yeah.
but
Um,
but we're not even in December yet, so
oh,
I don't.
Well, I mean, ice skating rinks are all year round. I mean, shoot, yeah, and that's what this show is going to be about. Like they're coming up with ideas: ice skating, shooting range, the gym. Uh, this is ideas, and that's how we make progress. We come up with ideas, we come up with a plan, and we execute. Okay. A woman's plan is going to be different than a man's because men approach. It's basic for us men. We just got to get the courage and do it. Ladies, you got to be a little more strategic. I would say a little more creative. Okay, ladies, you're beautiful. Okay, you're unique. White men and other non-black men, you're different. And when you you know, look your best. You catch our eye because it's different. It's something beautiful. Listen, and you know how to dress better than any other group of women. You got so many different hairstyles. I always shared with you how I always love black women with braids. A lot of white men love braids. Okay, not to say you have to do that. I'm just saying come up with ideas. It's about being strategic. And but here's the thing: when we get together, we have the most successful relationships. Keep that in mind. Okay. The problem is getting there. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Brent. I'm gonna hop off.
Okay. Yeah,
But thank you so much for having me on. I would love to listen to that, and I would also love to see a panel of white single men who's looking to date women and what their perspectives are. Who's looking to date black women? I would love to see you do that.
Yeah, that would be a great show.
So we can see what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
I've been asking for that for months and months. They won't come up here.
Oh no!
Hey guys.
You see, they too shy to even come on the computer.
Oh, hey, I got a message from Corey, guys. Corey says he loves you. He's busy. He will be coming back and stuff. He's just got a lot going on right now. So I know some people have asked me about Corey, so I'm just putting it out there. He's a great guy and stuff, and I know you guys miss him. I do. But he will be back and stuff. But yeah, ladies, look, the channel's growing, right? There's more men coming in. My analytics are showing it. The things we need to do, 90%'s women. Let's be honest. 10% is men. So out of 6,000, there's at least 600 men that are on this. Okay? But it's growing. And as it gets bigger, we'll be able to do more stuff. And I'm excited. I'm excited about this show. And just bear with me on this. This is a work in progress, but I think it'll be a beautiful thing once we get the kinks worked out. Once we get it structured, I think it's going to be fun. And it's something we can do. And and then when we get the big group in, we'll have that private stream, and it'll be fun. It will. But tomorrow's going to be the first show, and it's going to be I'm kind of winging it right now, but I got a lot of good ideas. People are emailing me with ideas. I got people that want to speak. And we'll just see how it goes. It's going to be like twice a month. Okay, it's not going to be every week because I want to put together a good product where we can have fun, where it could be something that we can enjoy. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm working on it, and I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to work. Is it free? Yes. It's totally free. I'm not charging nothing. Okay. Look, on my channel, I don't charge nothing anyway. Yeah, it's totally free. You don't have to be part of a club, or it's not like a Patreon thing. It's just a show we're doing. We'll have a private screen, a private stream, or a Zoom thing, but it's totally free. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about nothing. This is for fun. This is my hobby, guys. I enjoy this. Where I get paid is I get paid in blessings. I get paid in friendship that I develop with you ladies and you guys. That's where I get paid. Okay? So yeah, it's totally free. Yeah. So this is for you guys. And it's for me too, because I have fun with it. Okay, so we'll do this tomorrow. I'll put on my community wall once I'm ready, probably about 15, 20 minutes. I don't know what time because I got a lot of work to do with this. I gotta, and then plus I got the prayer meeting I want to do also, which will be like an hour in between. But this will be at night, the show in the evening. So, but
Um,
and it
I'm gonna drop off. But have a good
okay.
evening.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. And guys, I'm going to close this. But I love you guys. And hey, look, we talked about who loves black women better, and that's kind of subjective, right? Because it depends on the man. But we can look at stats. Yes, sir.
I mean, I mean, from the stats and from what I've seen, it looks like white men love black women more. I think they have to be open to date one.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is true. I mean, the stats bear it out, and you know, and I wasn't trying to say, yeah, we like them better. Look at us. No, it's just like just thinking, seeing what we see, the stats, and what we see in real life. Um, and in today's world, I mean, black women, they are the most unprotected and most disrespected, and we need to change that. I mean, us as men, period, we need to work on that. We need to fix that. Or else, we're going to be held accountable. We are. And I believe that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to have to close this. Thanks for coming on. And I'll have 2 live streams tomorrow, a prayer meeting, and then our Swirl to Investment online academy. And like I said, it's totally free. All I ask from you is give me a thumbs up. Okay? How about that? That's it. But we'll have fun with it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
but how would I give you a thumbs up and the video is not going to be on YouTube?
Oh
Oh,
no, I think he means right now, bro.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
No, the academy. We're going to have two shows. I plan on doing one that's going to be public, and we're going to talk about it. But I want to do a private one. So if we want to come together and talk about things where we don't want everybody on YouTube to be coming in and the trolls and and we want to just talk amongst ourselves, that's going to be an option. Okay?
Yeah, I'm going to try and get my Discord thing working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to work on that too. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
But-
you Brent, have a good night, and good night, ladies. And
Okay, yeah, have a good night. Hey, come back and see us.
mhm.
It was
Good
good
night,
having you on.
everyone. I'm
Hey,
gonna
I
do
was gonna
my
ask
own
you-
live since it's Saturday. I'm gonna do my own live. Well, it's now a Sunday. I'm gonna do my own live after this.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was gonna ask you, are you on tier ascent
Say
On
it
what?
again.
for your
No, I'm gonna
your
just
thyroid?
do YouTube
Not
yard
you, Pro. I'm
stream.
sorry.
No, it's
Meant
okay.
Brent.
I'm just gonna do YouTube yard stream.
Okay. What
No,
were you
Brent, I was
asking?
just asking about the your thyroid medicine. You take Tirosint?
What do you mean?
No, it's hey, what? It's like a purple pill. It's
Oh, okay. They just started me on this stuff. I'm like, okay.
yeah, it's I have the type where right now I gain weight, but I've
Mhm.
had it
So you
go
have
both.
hypothyroidism. Yeah.
I've had it go both ways. I've well, I had a tumor and it threw it out of whack, but there's been times where I would lose a lot of weight, be real skinny,
Yeah.
and then I would get fat. And then in between, it was like it was like I was like Oprah back in the day, you know,
Oh, you were
or
pretty thick.
yeah, and then I'd be real skinny. It was like our Luther Vandross, that type of thing. I was like that. I would be fat and skinny and just it threw me all out of whack.
Yeah. Yep.
But
they've just put me on this because mine's starting to get a little out of whack. They're like, we need to go ahead and make sure this is right.
Yeah, and you know, I've changed a lot. My diet I've changed. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm actually
Good.
You know, I would my time in the Army I was always physically fit. I know when I was in
I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean I was running 13-minute 2-mile. I mean, I was and that's pretty good. Yeah. That's almost keeping a 6-minute mile in 2 miles. And but yeah,
I
I
never
was
served, but most of my friends did, so I've always heard all the terms, everything they do. So
yeah.
I chickened out the last second.
I'm trying to think of that. I'm gonna have to look at that medication. I'll tell you, me and my wife are both taking the same exact medication because she's got a thyroid thing. Yeah. And ours is where we gain weight.
Right.
But,
Hypothyroidism.
Yeah. And we both got asthma. I got my asthma in the Army. My wife was born with it. So it's weird. We got the same things wrong with us. So we can take care of each other.
Well, the insurance company doesn't have to guess.
They don't. It's funny because our doctor's like, well, I could just treat you both. You're both. It's funny.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. But yeah,
anyway,
just keep.
Man, you have a good night, man.
You too.
Yeah, I just got to keep up with it. You know.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you get this little nodule, and they're like, we need to do a biopsy, and I'm like, oh. They think it's nothing, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, just stay with it, and you know, it's got to balance it out. You know.
Oh yeah, it's only off a little bit. So, but anyway,
yes, you should be okay,
up, man. Yeah. I'm just keeping you guys up. You all have a good night.
All right, you too, and I'll see you again. Come up anytime. You're welcome anytime.
Yep. Take it easy, man.
All
have
right.
a good night.
All right, you too. All right.
Brent, if you wanna come by the stream I'm doing in the afternoon and say hi, you can.
Okay.
Pro white male leadership and everybody in the chat. I'll see y'all at 1 in the afternoon.
All right.
Y'all be.
Okay. I'll be there. I'll definitely be there. I'll put my alarm clock on. I'll be there. No problem.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll drop in. I'm going to be busy
All right,
working
Brent.
on my show, but I'll drop in
Yeah,
and say
Brent, you
hi.
look tired. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I am. Okay, we'll talk to you
Good
later.
night. Thank you for having this live. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you coming on. And
no problem. Sorry for being terrible.
No, you're good. You weren't terrible.
You know, the liquor store and stuff like that. They say you're so mean.
Oh, well, I mean, they were mean to us.
Am are telling the
truth. Yeah, it's all fun. I tried to bring them up. They didn't want to come, so
that means
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. All right. Talk to you later.
Okay, Brent. I'll see you later.
Okay. Have a good night. All right, everybody. I'm going to close this. Thank you for coming on. And tomorrow we'll try the show, the Swirl to Investment Academy, online academy. and everybody's invited. Hey, and like I said, it's totally free because, but we'll have fun with it. I think it'll, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll tweak it as we go. Okay. I think it's going to be a fun show. I think it's something we could do twice a month and have a good time with it. And I think we can learn some stuff. Even as old as I am, I learn stuff every day. I still have a lot to learn. So, but anyway, guys, I'll see you. Have a good night. And God bless you and your families. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll post the times on my community page. Have a good night. God bless.